Finally, this week on a brand new SAS podcast.
That was the Dolphins whipping out the ding-a-ling twice to the Patriots. Because we beat their ass in the last regular season game, which knocked them from first place to third place. And then a product of the Miami Dolphins beat their ass in the postseason.
We supposed to be the losers, but we winning though. They used to laugh at us, now we winning though. They used to tell me never in my lifetime. I guess they wasn't in their right mind.
Yes, sir. Finally. What's going on, folks? Welcome to a brand new exciting episode of Strong Arm Sports Podcast, the realest sports pod in all the damn land. True. Man, it's been a long time, bro. I gotta admit, I have missed you, bro.
Well, I miss you too, bro. Welcome back.
I have missed the listeners. I've missed the viewers. It's been a long time, but we are the man in all the land, in all of it. And we are back to wrap up the previous month and a half of sports in dramatic fashion. You guys know we've been gone, man. It was holiday season between traveling and Christmas parties, and it just was a lot going on, and we could not get back to get you guys a show. But that's not too bad, man, because sometimes it's good to miss something. You know what I'm saying? It makes that return even better. If this happens to be the first time you've caught our show here on YouTube, or if you're listening on any of our various podcast channels, you don't know what the hell we talking about being gone for a long time. But if it is your first time tuning in, man, I'm one half of the show. I go by the name of K-Space Prospect.
And I'm your boy, LeParis57, and together we form Strong Arm Sports Spade.
Sir,
we are back. I'm going to start off by saying Happy New Year's to everybody. It's a new year, 2020. Let's make this a bigger, better year than it was in the previous one. Spade. I'm going to just let you know right now. I'm going to let the listeners know right now. Get your kids out the room. Get them out the room. Because I'm in my bag today. Spade, put the disclaimer up there. Viewer discretion is advised. Spade, you remember back when we used to buy them old cassettes for our Walkmans? I know the old kids are like, what? Cassettes, Walkmans, that junk used to have the explicit content up there. Put that sticker right there over my face. Because I'm telling you, I'm in my bag today. We got a lot to talk about. We got a lot of things to get off our chest. We got a lot of things to debunk because, I mean, Spade, I'm going to be honest with you. You know, we've been going for a minute. I've been watching some sports media outlets. You know, I've been watching some sports shows. You know, be like, let me see if they giving us any, you know, if they on our necks. Spade, let me just let you know, they not. We better. In case you didn't know, we better. And I was like, okay, no, it's a lot of people just making some outlandish statements. And that's why you come to Strong Arm Sports, because we going to set the record straight, Spade.
That's facts. That's what
Spade,
we do, bro.
Want to start in the NFL. You good with that? A lot of things been happening in the NFL.
Let's get it.
Spade, NFL playoffs happened. We already know, you know, a lot of us wanted Lamar to potentially, you know, get this matchup with Pat Mahomes, and that just didn't happen. We wanted to see if Tom Brady was going to be able to do it against Spade. The playoffs went crazy. Aaron Rodgers moved on. Brady's gone. Lamar Jackson is out. They got ran over by the Titans. Spade, San Fran looked good. Literally. San Fran looked good. You know what I mean? We got Green Bay moving on. Kansas City had a great comeback against the Texans. The Texans had a 24-point lead, and KC just exploded offensively and came back in that game. A lot of things happened in the NFL playoffs, Spade. Talk to your boy. What was the shocker? What excited you? Did it get your juices flowing? Are you excited to see Titans versus Kansas City? Are you excited to see Green Bay versus San Fran? We're going to talk about them games a little bit later, but NFL playoffs, Spade, how you feeling about it?
I gotta admit, it was bittersweet. I mean, I make no secret about it, LeParis. I am a fan of the black quarterback, and for a minute, it was looking kind of bleak. I saw Lamar go down. I saw Russell Wilson go down.
Yep.
I saw Deshaun Watson go down. I said, whoa, what's going on? I tell you what's funny. I had just made a joke earlier in that week. My parents, for those who don't know, I had my parents in town with me. Shout out to my mom and dad. Both of my parents are retired now, so I brought them down to the Sunshine State, showed them a good time. Spent a little bit too much money, but it's all good. They've been spending money on me their whole lives. But I was telling my mom, I was like, you know, if anybody like the black quarterback, it's me. But I kind of trip when they start talking about them black quarterbacks. They be looping some guys in that I'd be like, So she like, who you talking about? So I'm like, Ma, come on. So the funny thing is, my mom calls this man my homie baloney. She was like, you trying to say my homie baloney? Not a black quarterback? I'm like, come on, man. Like, come on.
He big.
Like, after everybody got eliminated, LeParis, I was like, hey, he looking like he passed the test now. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got nobody else to root for. But ultimately, man, of course, I was super excited. I was reading on Twitter that, like, Dolphin fans never liked Ryan Tannehill, and they blame Ryan Tannehill for all of their problems. And obviously, I'm not the voice of the Miami Dolphin, fan base. But I was like, I never had an issue with Tannehill. I mean, when we drafted him, I didn't like him because I didn't believe in him. But after he showed what he could do, the only issue he ever had was staying healthy. If he was on the field, he was producing. And it's not always the prettiest football. He might not have the most extravagant stats, but he found a way to win, and that's ultimately what you want under center. So it felt good to see Tannehill get out there and get a dub, and it felt even better to see Tannehill knock off the Patriots. Because, fam, I'm going to tell you something. In a weird way, that was the Dolphins whipping out the ding-a-ling twice to the Patriots. Because we beat their ass in the last regular season game, which knocked them from first place to third place. And then a product of the Miami Dolphins beat their ass in the postseason. That's just what I keep telling y'all, bro. We ain't scared of the Patriots.
I gotta give you credit because you called this Tannehill thing. You called this Tannehill thing before the season. You was like, yo, LeParis, give it some time. That's going to be Tannehill's job. I'm like, I think he's a good. I was like, yo, I think he's a good pickup for them because Mariota always be getting hurt. But they ain't even wait for Mariota to get hurt. They was like, you know what? Tannehill is better. He's keeping the job. You look at Mariota over there on the sideline. He got the big beard. Like he look crazy. Like Tannehill out there got the Titans moving on. But Spade, you called that before the day. So I want to say the next week when we had the show after whenever they picked up Tannehill, you was like, that's going to be his job. And I was like, whoa. And hey, you was right. And he got them boys in the AFC Championship game, which is crazy. Which is crazy. Like, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Spade, like you, I'm happy that the Patriots are gone. I'll get them up out of there. But there's a lot of things that's going on, that's brewing over there. Some people are speculating that may be Tom Brady's last game in New England. It was some speculation out there that Tom Brady may go to the Chargers. I heard Tom Brady to the Eagles. I heard a lot of things. Spade, I don't know. We already know Carson Wentz went down again with an injury. Spade, can Carson Wentz ever put together a full season? What do you think? What do you feel about Brady and his potential leaving or staying with New England? Do you think Brady's out? You think he's staying? What do you think about those two topics? Those two QBs?
I think Brady's staying. And look, man, the Patriots fans won't like this, and I know the Brady fans won't like this, but as good as I recognize that Brady is, I definitely recognize that he is one of the greatest to ever throw the pigskin. I definitely think he's a scheme guy. I don't think you could take, and you damn sure can't take 43-year-old Tom Brady and drop him wherever and think you finna make a Super Bowl run. If you're thinking that, then you're foolish. It's not going to work that way. It's going to take a very specific system for you to get production out of Tom Brady. And let's face it, man. LeParis, I'm an older guy. You getting there. Tom Brady older than both of us, but you on my heels and I'm on his heels.
Word.
At our age, fam, you don't really just you don't snap back like that. And
That's
if
true.
you put Brady on the wrong team in the wrong scheme, you let him take a couple hits, man, Brady might not finish the year. So to me, I think it'll be best for all involved parties to give a shit about Tom Brady if he stays in New England. Plus, being an older guy, I never forget, man, seeing Joe Montana throw on that damn Kansas City Chiefs helmet. That shit just never was right. It never was right, you know?
Joe took him to the playoffs.
Yeah, but I'm saying, I'm not saying that Joe was washed at that point. I am saying I don't know about Tom. Tom might be washed in any other system, but I'm saying for me, I never could get used to seeing Joe in that. I mean, Marcus Allen did the same thing. Marcus Allen left and went to division rival, but he kind of it worked. Maybe it's just me, but it never worked seeing Joe Montana in that Kansas City uniform. I didn't like it.
It was Emmett for me. We seen Emmett in a Cardinal. Like, he broke the
Never
record.
liked it, fam.
I get your point. So, man, I'm gonna say this too, man. I feel like a lot of people was giving Lamar Jackson a hard time. Now, like I said, I was watching some other sports shows, Spade, and old Reggie Bush got up there and was like, yo, it wasn't. They were still trying to run the ball. They were supposed to be throwing with Lamar. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Lamar threw the ball like damn near 50 times. Like, what is Reggie Bush talking about, like, Spade, I felt like people was giving Lamar Jackson a hard time. I'm going to ask you to shoot him some bail. Like, a lot of people was like, yo, this loss is on Lamar Jackson. I don't feel that way. I felt like it was more coaching. They didn't adapt to what the Titans was doing, in my opinion. But I wanted to get your thoughts. What's that Ravens loss on Lamar Jackson?
Of course not. I mean, Lamar did have a couple of mistakes. The first one that comes to mind is he had a play where he slipped Jarrell Casey. He stepped up in the pocket, and he just held on to it too long. This is not something you see Lamar do a lot. It's some quarterbacks that's known to hold on to the ball too long, and Lamar's not one of those guys, but he made a couple of mistakes in that game. It's a few plays I'm sure he would like to have back, but you can't let Lumberjack run for damn near 200 on you and then look at the quarterback and be like, you lost this game for us.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, nobody wanted to hit Henry. Nobody. And I'm not saying shit, I don't want to hit him, but I don't get paid to hit him. They get paid to hit him. And nobody wanted to hit that dude, man. And I ultimately, I feel like, I feel like that was the deciding factor, man. That was the deciding factor.
I felt like the Ravens didn't make adjustments, and the Titans came in there with an excellent game plan. They was like, yo, we're going to tote this thing. We're going to tote this thing, and then we're going to beat them over the top with some play action. And then not only that, when they thought, oh, okay, we're going to pound it in the red zone with Henry. They gave it to Henry, and what did Henry do? Quarter fake pass. They just had a better game plan. And Spade, this is why football is any given Sunday. This is why they say that term in football. Like, Spade, the Ravens was 10-point favorites, and I want to say New England was favorite in their game, but it's any given Sunday. They had a better game plan. They've been piecing it together, and I'm interested to see what type of game plan they have tomorrow for Kansas City, because Spade, we was in a party last night. I think you had left at that time, but I was like, man, listen, if the Chiefs, and I know it's easier said than done, listen, you put everybody in the box and like, yo, Derrick Henry ain't running for 200 on us today. Put the ball in Ryan Tannehill hands, and you let Tannehill, you let the wide receivers on the outside try and beat your DBs. Now I know Kansas City defense ain't, ain't good at all. They ain't the best. But I mean, this is why you got them pass rushes. This is why you signed Tyrann Mathieu. This is why. Because they was dead last year. And who was it, Spade? Was it D4 dropped the pick from Brady? They was right there. So you get Frank Clark, you get these pass rushes, you get Tyrann Mathieu. This is why you got him. I make Tannehill beat me throwing the ball. I'm stacking the box. I might change the scheme, and I might run some shit like a 4-6 or something. They're gonna have to prove to me that Ryan Tannehill can throw this ball. It's gonna be. I gotta see this game plan tomorrow, because it's gonna be tough. If you're gonna let Derrick Henry run for 200 yards and they're gonna control the clock and they're gonna go on these 8-9-minute drives, and now I know Pat Mahomes and them, they score quick. Like, you looked at the game they played with the Titans, they turned. I mean, it was before the half. They had the lead. It was like 28-24 at the half. They was right back. So they can score quick. But if you're going to let the Titans go on these long drives and chew this clock and do all that, and Mahomes going to get limited amount of possessions, I don't know. I don't know if the Chiefs can pull it out. But the Chiefs better have a game plan to stop Derrick Henry. They better have a game plan.
I'm with it.
Spade, we can move on.
Let's move on. Not only should we move on, we should talk about a few other people moving on. Now let's talk about some NFL coaches on the move. LaParis, your squad just got a new head coach. I mean, we don't need no head coach. We got the genius named Brian Flores. You probably don't know nothing about that, but we just got a new head coach. How you feel about your coach?
About time.
So you like the hire?
Spade, you know what? It ain't even that I love the hire or I like the hire. Let me not know. I like the hire. I don't love it, but I mean, Spade, it's just time for a new voice. Sometimes, Spade, it's just time for a new voice in the locker room. And I mean, I seen Xavier Woods go on another sports show and basically say that, like, yo, it's time for a new voice. Spade, sometimes me and you can say the same thing. The same exact words verbatim. It might come a little different out your mouth than mine, or mine than yours. We might say the same
cooler.
thing, and they may
It's
be
gonna
like,
come
"Oh,
a little
Lebaris is
cooler for me.
aggressive." Spade is a little more, reserved, or Spade is
Cool.
aggressive, and
prefer
I might
cool.
be a little more reserved. I mean, so you can say the same. Is sometimes it's just time for a new voice. So I'm not mad at the hire. I'm okay with the hire. I like the staff he putting together. They're going to keep Kellen Moore. I'm not mad at that, man. I'm not mad at that. Spade also, Jason Garrett found the job ASAP. Like, he's the new Giant fans gave Jason Garrett a hard time. Like, oh, he sucks and all of this. He's their offensive coordinator. Giant fans, please leave in the comments section. Tweet me and let me know how you feel about that hire. Because y'all hated Jason when he was our head coach. Let me know if y'all loving him now. Spade also. Cleveland. They fired, what was our man name? What was our man name? Oh, they fired Freddie Kitchens. First they fired Hugh. They said it was Hugh. They got rid of Tyrod. It was Tyrod. That's what they told us.
Hugh and Tyrod. That's what they told us.
It was Hugh and Tyrod. That's what they told us. That's what they told us.
That was the problem.
That's what they told us. So now it's like, yo, if you would have started Baker in the beginning of the season, yo, y'all would have been in the whatever. Me and Spade was probably the only one banging the drum like, yo, I hear what y'all saying, but they wasn't losing them games because of Tyrod. Tyrod got him in the position, and the kicker was booting that shit to Mars. Like what was he kicking? But anyway, so they fired Hugh. They said it was Hugh. They say, Hugh, you a little bitter. Baker went up to you. Hugh was like a consultant for another team. He went up to him and was like, yo, blah, 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 and was like disrespectful to Hugh Jackson. That's what Baker did. So they get Freddie Kitchens in there. Freddie Kitchens getting them some wins. Baker look amazing. This season come, oh my gosh, the Browns that made all these acquisitions. They got Odell. They got Kareem Hunt. They still got Landry. We like Njoku, but he ended up getting hurt. But they got Chubb. Now Baker going to get a full season. They got Freddie Kitchens calling plays, and he the head coach. Baker actually politic to get Freddie Kitchens the job. Say, yo, he's the man for the job. Freddie Kitchens' season didn't pan out. Browns still the Browns. They still stink. Baker look like shit. Freddie Kitchens is out. Spade. You already know. Every time I get a chance to bang the cannon on the Browns, I'm with it. Spade. They hired Minnesota's, what's his name? Satterford? Seaford? I don't even know his name. It don't matter. Kevin Satterford or whatever his name. I'm going to call him Satterford. I don't know his name. It don't matter. Spade. They hired this guy out of nowhere. And the reports are, I'm doing quote fingers over here. The reports are that they had to have a guy come in to monitor him while he was the offensive coordinator over there in Minnesota. Spade, how did this guy get this job? How?
You asking the wrong one. This your trash ass sport.
Spade,
I don't know how
this is Cleveland. We're talking about the Browns.
Steal your sport.
No,
My
I got
thing
you.
is
But
this.
Spade, Cleveland has been this. They done had like 20 coaches in like 19 years.
Yeah.
What are they doing? Eric Bieniemy don't deserve no job over there.
Yeah, I don't know why that dude ain't got
Not even an interview. Come on, man.
I don't know. My thing with Cleveland is this. And LaParis, again, I promise this whole show ain't gonna be me saying I was right. But again, right before the season started, we had a segment on this very podcast where we talked about storylines of the NFL that we were looking forward to going into the season. The storyline I was looking forward to is I feel like people are crowning the Cleveland Browns a little too soon. I don't give a shit how many people you sign, how good it look on paper. I'm going to tell you, man, that's why we are sports fanatics. The reason why people like you like sports and the people like me like sports is because we get behind the fact that it's not about the biggest salary. It's not about the biggest players. You can look at what just happened to my favorite college football team, the University of Miami. It's not about how many 4- and 5-star players you got. It's about preparation. It's about somebody coming up with a good-ass game plan and somebody preparing harder for it and showing up on game day and executing better. That's really what it's about. And I felt like, I can't say I knew, but I felt like the Browns was feeling accomplished before the like, how are you accomplished before you actually execute? You can't feel that. And other people felt it. I feel like other teams felt that bravado that they had, and they took offense to it, and they went out there and proved the point. I tip my hat to Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb ran the shit out the football this year and never spoke a word, bro. Nick Chubb got to be the quietest, best player I've seen in a long time. Like, you'll forget, man, at one point, I didn't even know Nick Chubb was leading the league in rushing because the man don't get no camera time. It don't seem like they even interview him after games. They don't talk to him.
Let me get a
all
20,
the people
Spade.
who talking
Let
on
me get a
that
20.
team, the folks who stay in the media, it's the folks who ain't getting it done. That's Baker, that's Odell.
Word.
Man,
Spade, let me
these
get a
dudes
20.
do more talking than anybody.
That's
and
a
ain't
fact.
producing.
I was just about to say, if you look at Cleveland game, it don't even look like they give him the ball. You be like, damn, Chubb had what? Like, you look at the game and be like, damn, I ain't even see them really. All you see is Baker, the Odell, Baker, the Landry. You be like, damn, how the hell was Chubb even leading the league in rushing?
Yeah.
It don't even look like they give him the ball.
Yeah, man. Do you remember the year that they were on, they was on Hard Knock? Did you watch that?
Yeah.
Do you remember the opening scene of that shit? They had camera crews at the airport, one following Baker, one following Chubb. Baker was signing autographs. This ain't no knock on Baker. Baker was a bigger collegiate star. I get it. Baker was signing autographs. He was walking. There was a big crowd of folks around him. Look, man, Nick Chubb was walking through the airport with his luggage. Ain't nobody even know who the hell Nick Chubb was. One dude walked up and saw the camera crew, because even if you don't know who he is, he's got a fucking camera crew walking behind him. Some dude walked up to him. They were waiting at the baggage claim, and the guy was like, "What do you do?" And he was like, "I play football." And he was like, "Oh." He was like, "Where'd you play?" He was like, "UGA." He was like, "Oh, nice." Guy had no idea who the hell he was talking to. Man, Nick Chubb never upsold himself. Never was like, "You don't know me, man. I'm the motherfucking man." Man, dude was quiet, soft-spoken, getting it done. I tip my hat to Nick Chubb, but and obviously I'm not speaking to the entire 53-man roster, because there's a few other guys on that roster I don't even know that never talk as well. But to that team as a whole, you guys still got a hell of a team. You got a hell of a team. I hope this year right here was a learning lesson. Get out there and prepare, and then get on the field and execute. Don't nobody give a shit how much talent y'all got over there, how many Rolls Royces is parked in that parking lot, whatever different type of cliques Odell got on. Don't nobody give a damn about that. Don't nobody care about that. And I'm telling you, man, I saw this shit coming. I was like, I feel like Cleveland, they feeling like they crowned. Them boys ain't do. And for all y'all who was hitting me up saying that Tyrod was the problem and Hugh Jackson was the problem, they ain't do no better without Tyrod and without Hugh. So all I want to know is who's the problem.
They was worse.
Who's the problem now? That's all I want to know.
Listen, man. Spade, I agree with you 100%. And now they done hired this coach who they had to bring in a consultant to help him coach in Minnesota. Like, is he the answer? I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Spade, my coach used to say, yo, it's this saying, everybody heard it, practice make perfect. My coach used to be like, that's not true. Perfect practice make perfect. Because you could practice something 100 times. If you practicing it wrong 100 times, you just going to do it perfect wrong. So that's not true. Perfect practice make perfect. And proper preparation prevent poor performance. Spade, can you look at Cleveland and be like, yo, these dudes was preparing?
That was crazy.
Yeah, proper preparation prevent poor performance. Like, you can't look at Cleveland and be like, yo, these dudes was preparing. You got Baker not worried about no football. He doing commercials. He arguing with fans. Like, come down here and say it. Baker, you know I can't come down here. That's what the fans said. But you stink. What he said was, y'all suck. Like, y'all suck. All this talent, that shit mean nothing. Spade, I seen the most talented teams get that work. We seen Minnesota when they got Randy Moss. They went 15, if I'm not mistaken, they went 15-1. They scored the most points in NFL history. I think that was since broke. That record has since been broke. But they got Randy Moss. I want to say they went 15-1. Got in the playoffs and got that work by like the 8-8 Giants. Look it up. I don't know if the Giants was 8-8. They might have been like 9-7 or some shit. But anyway, they got that work. 15-1 and got that work. Most talented team in the league. We seen the Patriots go undefeated during the whole season and get that work in the Super Bowl. So, like, miss me with they got all the talent in the world. You got to piece that shit together, man.
You got to. You better.
And I don't know. Somebody need to get in Baker and be like, bruh, stop arguing with fans. Stop talking to the crowd. Stop worrying about all this outside bullshit that don't matter. Spade, I said it on probably our last few shows. Why can't these dudes just play football? Even Odell. We're going to talk about Odell in a minute. Just play some football. Play football. Come on, man. Come on. Spade, I also want to bring up, I don't want to spend no more time on Cleveland. I also want to bring up the hire in Carolina. They hired the coach Hugh. He was with Temple. He was with Temple, and then he was. I think. What was he from? Did he go to Oregon? I don't remember where he went. I think he's from Oregon. Somebody gonna correct me if I'm wrong. But they hired the dude. They gave him like what? Was it 70 million or 60 million? I read for like 7 years or some shit. They gave him something crazy. But I wanted you to talk about Carolina, and they also bringing in the OC from LSU that just helped Burrow change his shit around. Like get him a good year. But talk about they hiring. Talk about they hires. The coaches they hired.
I don't know. To me, I don't really know the vision right now in Carolina. I don't know. You know, I told you when I saw that they hired what's the kid? Is it Joe Brady? I'm calling him a kid. He's not a kid, but he's 29.
He's a kid.
Yeah, I got him by a decade. You feel me? He kind of like a kid.
Yeah.
Because when I was 10, he was a baby, and I can kick a baby ass at 10. But anyway,
word.
I sent you the message like, oh snap, look what Carolina doing, and you was like, to quote you, was like, man, fuck Carolina. They not doing this for Cam. Like they didn't do all this shit for Cam, and I was like, oh no, I think they're gonna work something out. You know, I think they want to keep Cam. I just recently read a report that it is rumored that they are gonna move on from Cam Newton. So I really don't know what they got going on. I worked with a guy that's a huge Carolina fan. I think he went to Clemson, so he's a Clemson guy. He's a Carolina guy. And I was talking to him at work, and I was like, what do you think you guys are going to do, you know, about quarterback? And he says, man, I don't know. You know, maybe we're going to see, you know, we're going to give Allen another look. And I was like, but y'all got Will Grier. What do you think? And before I could finish, he said, no. He was like, we've seen enough. He said that he's seen enough on Will Grier to know that ain't the answer already. Shit. So I don't know, you know, I don't know what the plan is. I don't know if they feel like the way Burrow was used, if they can get that out of Kyle Allen, because to be fair, Kyle Allen showed flashes. I think once the league got a little bit of film on him, things started to change a little bit, but he's still a young guy. He's still young in terms of his experience in the league, and I don't think that's his ceiling. I think he can continue to get better. I don't think he's Cam Newton at his, you know, Cam's peak and this kid's peak. I don't think they're the same, but I don't really know what they got going on. I don't know what they got going on. And they got the Joe Brady guy. They said he was like a gopher in New Orleans. Like he went in New Orleans just calling plays and shit. So I mean, I don't know if he soaked that up being a sponge. I don't know where his offensive mind comes from. It definitely worked for Joe Burrow and LSU. At the same time, it's a lot of movement going on in Carolina. I don't want to jump ahead, but you know, they got some people retiring. I would not be shocked to see Greg Olsen follow closely behind. It might be a tear down rebuild situation going on in Carolina, fam. So I don't know what they got going on.
Yeah, I don't know, man. We know how tight Ron Rivera and Cam was, and it seemed like when they got rid of Ron Rivera, when they fired him, that was going to be it for Cam. So we got to wait and see what panned out. I mean, I guess Carolina probably want to move on, but there's no better option than Cam, especially if Cam is 100% healthy. My issue was with Cam was, bro, I know you want to play football, you want to help your team, but you need to get 100% healthy. So sit out, get 100% healthy, like 100% healthy, Cam. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the league. He's one of the best. So sure. You just want Cam to be healthy. Cam get healthy, and I just don't know. I just don't know what Carolina going to do. Maybe do they draft the QB? I don't know, because I was looking at some mocks, and I looked at some mocks before we started, and they were saying Carolina might take Fromm, and I'm like,
Yeah, I don't know what their vision is right now, because I mean,
I don't know, but I mean, they got this. They got this new coach. Got some new energy in the building. We'll see how it pan out. We know C-Mac is a stud. I think we like DJ more. I mean, we'll see what happens with Carolina Spade. Anybody else you want to touch on? Newly hired or fired head coaches?
Nah.
Well, we can move on.
I don't really like football like that. I'm a basketball guy.
Well, you're going to hate this. You don't like football, but you're going to hate this. Spade, Antonio Brown is back in the news again. I'm so tired of talking to this guy, man. I'm so fucking tired of Antonio Brown, bro. First of all, this report's out here. He about to fight Logan Paul. He about to box him.
I mean, to be fair, hold up. I got to shoot you some bail before you even get into it. That didn't start with Antonio. Logan Paul was doing an interview where they were saying, who would you like to fight? And he was like, I would love to beat up Antonio Brown. So I guess that got to Antonio. Like somebody told him, because it ain't like he was watching. So then he tweeted to him and was like, I'll beat your ass. So now that shit might be rolling. But you know how Logan Paul move. He gonna fight whoever he think gonna get him the clicks and the bread. Right. That's how he feed his family. So Antonio ain't got shit else to do. Antonio might have got baited. He got baited into that. Like somebody would have came and told me, Logan Paul said he would love to fight you. I've been like, who? Like, man, fuck him, man. I'm Antonio Brown. I would have shot that down.
And listen, okay, that's neither here nor there. Mm-hmm. Antonio Brown takes it to IG Live. He's arguing with his baby mother. You see the kids in the background. He got some homies in the background. The cops are there. He calling the cops all type of crazy names. He cursing out his baby mother, the kids, right? I mean, cursing like saying like you can curse in front of your kids, but he's saying like the worst curses about their mother. Like this shit is just crazy. But not only he takes it to IG Live, and I guess. Now, we already know Drew Rosenhaus is a G. Like, when he comes to his players, he ride with him. Like, Drew Rosenhaus, Spade, correct me if I'm wrong. I might got the agent wrong. But he's the agent that was right there by T.O. when T.O. was doing sit-ups in the driveway. Like, Drew Rosenhaus was right there. But
I think Drew Rosenhaus the one that called the damn media crew to come in.
Word. Probably, he was loading the rack. He was putting the weights on the rack when T.O. was bench pressing. Like, that's Drew Rosenhaus. He rocked with his clients. So, allegedly, Drew Rosenhaus was trying to get in touch with Antonio Brown. He couldn't get in contact with him. So, he took it to Twitter and was like, you got to get some help. If you don't, like, it's going to be a wrap. And they fall out. Antonio Brown is no longer, Drew Rosenhaus is no longer the agent for Antonio Brown. I don't know if they mutually parted ways, if Antonio Brown fired him, or if Drew Rosenhaus was like, yo, this shit is too much for me. We know Drew Rosenhaus done been through some shit as an agent with some players that done been through some shit. And he was sticking it out with him the whole time. So it was too much for Drew Rosenhaus. And he called it quits, but they are no longer a pair. Spade, talk to me about this whole Antonio Brown. Spade, I don't want to tell you make it make sense because it ain't going to make sense, but just what's wrong with Antonio Brown, bro? Like, what's next?
He's got some issues, and I tell you what everybody's doing that I'm not quick to do. I'm not quick to say, oh, it's CTE, or it's some type of brain damage, or it's some type of, football-related mental disorder. You can just be depressed. Like, that's what people don't get. So many times we hear stories of people with millions and millions of dollars and LaParis. They depressed. They feel terrible, man. Like, the first name that popped to mind to me is Robin Williams. We thought he was the happiest. I thought he was the happiest dude on the planet. He was always laughing and making others laugh. The dude was depressed. So, because he plays football, people saying, oh, I think it's the Vontaze Burfict hit ever since that hit, or whatever. And who knows? It could be linked to that. I'm not a doctor. I'm not finna jump to that. I think Antonio's in a bad place. And it reminds me of what Stephon Marbury, when he was in that funk where he was doing weird shit, going on YouTube, recording himself crying, recording himself eating Vaseline and all types of wild shit. And then later, he got in a better situation. He ended up going overseas. He felt like he was loved over there. And then he got healthy to the point that he could speak on just how low of a place he was in. He was saying, like, I've had these shoes, and I was trying to provide, and people laughed at the shoes, and I was being laughed at in the area that I thought should have loved me most. I was from that, So I think Antonio's in a really bad spot. We know that Antonio likes to go live. This ain't nothing new. He been going live since he was a Steeler. When Coach Tomlin was giving a speech in the locker room, and he was live on, I think at the time that was Facebook. This one right here rubbed me the wrong way. And LaParis, this ain't even the first time he's gone live having an issue with his daughter, with his kid's mom, and having the cops involved. This ain't the first time. But for him to berate that woman like that in front of those kids, that didn't sit well with me, man, because now you letting your mental issues possibly cause mental issues for those kids. Because if you think that shit don't affect those kids, then you dumber than I thought you was, Antonio. And I don't care how bad I got it. I don't care what I'm going through. The last thing I want to do is cause my kids pain. And I ain't like that, bro. I didn't like that. I didn't like the yes man he had around him that was kind of giggling and laughing with him. I wanted to hear one person be like, hey, bro, don't do this, man. Like, or let the neighbor come out with their camera and record you and your lady having an argument. And hey, people have arguments, and sometimes they go too far, and sometimes you say some shit you won't. I mean, you shouldn't, but realistically, we're human. We make mistakes. If my neighbor come out and catch me and my lady having an argument, and I'm saying, hey, you, blah, 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 that's one thing. But for you to just be holding your own damn cameraman, and you out here just berating this woman and calling her everything but a child of God in front of the kids, and pause that to tell the kid, hey, I love you. Then go with them punk ass cops. Get in there, call with them pussy ass cops, your pussy ass. Like, what?
Yeah,
what, bro?
It's crazy.
What?
Crazy. And Spade, listen, I don't want to be the guy. I didn't mean to cut you off, bro. I don't want to be the guy to downplay
terrible
depression or mental health or any of that, because it's real. My grandmother told me a dummy without money gonna be a dummy with money, and Antonio Brown might just be a dummy. Like, he might just be stupid.
And wait, I hate to stop you, but grandma was only half right. A dummy with no money is a bigger dummy with money.
That's a fact. So, I mean, he could just be a dummy. Like, he just do dumb shit. He could just be dumb. He could literally just be dumb. And all his life, he been told he's right because he's just been a phenomenal footballer. Like, he's a phenomenal football player. So all his life he's been told he's right. Like, you got it. You doing. Come on, bro. If your homies, Spade, me and you had these conversations all the time. Me and you just had a conversation earlier today, and I said, yo, if you're not doing X, Y, Z, then what's the point? If you can't come to your homie and keep it real with him, then that's not your homie. So all them dudes in the background, if ain't nobody gonna be like, bruh, come on, bruh, go in the house. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You Antonio Brown. Like, somebody gotta come to you and keep it 100 and be like, bruh, you wildin'. Now, you know, he a grown man. He not necessarily, that don't mean he necessarily gonna listen or listen at all, even hear you. But at least you be like, I was telling him. I told him. Not back there giggling and being like, yeah, you right. Come on, that's dumb. Somebody in your little circle of friends gotta be the one to be like, yo, you effing up. Like, this ain't it. This ain't it. And I don't think he had that. And Spade, it could be, and I could be wrong. And like I said, I don't want to downplay depression or any of that. Because, I mean, it's been countless superstar, millionaire people that have committed suicide and just been from depression. And you'd be like, damn, like, you would have never thought that person would have did something like that. But they was depressed. They was miserable. They didn't love themselves. And so I don't want to downplay that at all. But Spade, I could be wrong. I don't think it's that with Antonio Brown.
You may be right.
I don't think it's that. I just think this dude is a dummy and he don't get it. He think any of this shit gonna get him back in the league. It's not. You're not gonna be back in the league, bruh. You're not gonna be back in the NFL, bruh. You better go play in the XFL or something. You're not gonna be back.
And you know what could actually make your point? I didn't think about this, but what makes your point even more valid? Man, we heard stories, and you and I have both heard stories that these types of things was happening when Antonio Brown was a member of the Pittsburgh Steelers. But they had a team of people that would kind of keep this mess covered up. You feel me? So if he's been this person the whole time, and we know he's had his run-ins, he had his issues with getting in trouble. You can go all the way back to his collegiate days and you'll find stuff.
Word.
But now what he has is a whole lot of free time. He's got way more free time than he's probably had since middle school. Because, I mean, if you play high school football, at the level he played it still was pretty demanding as far as games and camps and practice, and then college, and then pros. So this is the first time where we're getting a chance to see this. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of free time.
Look, man, I get your shit together, man. I really don't. I know we said this before. I really don't want to talk this dude no more.
Me either.
We can't help it. He keep putting himself in situations where it's like, we got to talk him again. Spade, do you see Antonio Brown getting a shot back in the NFL?
Man, I see me in the NFL before I see Antonio Brown in the NFL, bro.
That is a fact, bro. No way. Spade, I'm ready to move on. But Spade, before we move on, before you go with the next topic, excuse me, I want to ask you, 8.5 wanted to try out for the XFL to become a kicker. Do you think he has a shot at making it?
I'm going to tell you something. I'm a 8.5 fan. I keep telling people I want to be him when I grow up. And somebody told me, I kind of got bad news for you. You have grown up. Mm-hmm. But I don't think I have. Yeah, man, Ocho can do whatever the hell he want to do. Anybody who can eat McDonald's every day and still run 25 miles an hour on a damn treadmill, hey, man, if Ocho say he can kick it, he can kick it. If Ocho say he can throw it, he can throw it. I am a believer
for him to make
of Chad 8.5 Johnson. He can do it.
Word. I'm rooting for him to make it. I want him to make it.
He was playing soccer somewhere, right?
He was.
Yeah.
I mean, we seen him, like, he kicked in the NFL game. I want to say, like, he shanked that shit. I don't remember, but hey, I want to see him. I want to see him make it. I want 8.5 kicking, man, in the XFL. So he's trying out.
Hey, somebody need to get Ocho a job because he's too talented and he's too entertaining to not be on somebody's TV doing something.
That's a fact.
Bro, let's move forward, and at the same time, let's almost move back because we talked about the Carolina Panthers, and I said that we would speak on some other things, and we got to speak on to some people, sudden and unexpected retirement of their linebacker Luke Kuechly, who was only 28 years old. From the time that he's been in the NFL, he has been that dude. I think in the time he's been in the NFL, from his rookie day to his retirement day, in that span, nobody's had more tackles than Luke Kuechly. I think he's led all backers in that span in interceptions. For a long time, he was the standard for a backer. If you was a backer, you was looking at Luke to see whether or not you was doing it right. The parents, I'm not as shocked about this retirement. To be honest with you, I feel like I'm afraid that maybe it's even come a bit late, and I know if anybody understand that, you understand it. But how do you feel about Luke Kuechly and his retirement?
I mean, you can hear in his voice when he spoke that he clearly didn't want to retire, man. He just know health-wise, this is the right thing to do. And listen, man, you're going to fight with yourself. He even said in his speech, I still want to be involved in some aspect of the game, and maybe that's coaching, maybe that's something. It's other ways you can fill that void, but I don't want to see Luke Kuechly just keep going through concussions and injuries and concussions and more injuries. Because I like I said, I read somewhere like playing football, even just high school football, just to like a low-end college football player, it automatically take 8 years off your life. So imagine Luke Kuechly been playing probably since Pop Warner to 7, 8, 9 years in the league, in the highest, the top echelon of the sport. So I don't want to see Luke. I mean, you could hear it in his voice. He just was choking up, and he was not ready to retire, but he just know physically it's just taking a toll on his body. And I commend that man for choosing his health over, because I mean, Luke Kuechly he one of the best. So he could have made millions of more dollars and all that if he would have just stuck around. And I don't think Carolina would have let him go. He would have still been there for like you said, for the most part, he's been in the league. I mean, unless you're talking about Ray Lewis, it's been Luke Kuechly, Bobby Wagner, arguably the best middle linebackers in the league, arguably. So, I commend him. You could hear how choked up he got. You know what the game means to him, and I just commend him. But man, Luke Kuechly definitely is going down as one of the best, if not, arguably the best middle linebacker ever. Can cover, can hit. Like, I mean, he's the standard. Like you said, him, Ray Lewis, Bobby Wagner. You want a linebacker, you picking one of them, and if you pick one of them three, you're going to be like. And like I said, the other two, Ray Lewis and Luke Kuechly, they cover better than Bobby Wagner. So if it's really Ray Lewis and Luke Kuechly, if you can have one of them, you're like I'm a high that middle linebacker for 10 years. But just Spade. I remember when it might have been 2 or 3 years ago when Luke Kuechly went down, and I'm like, man, it was scary. We was like, yo. Me and you came on this show and basically had like an argument. You was like, yo, I think it's this. And I was like, I don't know, Spade. Like, that shit looked like it was something else. Like, we thought Kuechly, we thought it was a rap then, and that might have been 2 or 3 years ago. It was bad, but listen, man. Your health is more important, and I know it's tough to turn down all the millions of dollars, but you want to be able to, you know, run around with your kids later and have all your, you know, all your motor skills when you get older. So I commend Luke Kuechly for making that decision, man.
Same. I mean, at the end of the day, man, you know, we talk about the fact that players are getting bigger, stronger, faster. We also talk about the fact that players are making more money today than ever, and I mean, you know, I don't want to see anybody play to the point that they can't enjoy life afterwards. So, I mean, if it means stopping playing a little earlier than you want to so that you can have a certain quality of life, have at it, man. You know, as far as I know, we only get one of these joints, and I'm trying to live mine to the fullest, and I want to see other people live theirs to the fullest, too.
All right, Spade. Done with the NFL, finally. I know you're ready to get up off that, but we still talking football, man. We still talking football. We got to talk about the national championship. That happened. That happened too. Spade, I mean, Clemson was there. LSU was there. LSU, big powerhouse school. Clemson been kicking ass for what, 2-3 years now? Yeah. So, I mean, we excited. We was excited for this game, and it happened. Then, I mean, woo! It started off. Clemson came out first quarter. They was like, yo, they look ready. You know what I mean? They kind of had Joe Burrow like bottled up. You know what I mean? Trevor Lawrence was making plays out there. They was hitting the tight end. Trevor Lawrence ended up running it up. Clemson had the lead. And that was pretty much it, Spade. After that, Joe Burrow went bananas. LSU went bananas. LSU was looking for number 8 on Clemson and was like, that's who we throwing to. We're going to get at that guy. And I mean, good grief. Spade, what the old boy had like 200 yards receiving? Good grief.
I don't know, but every time I saw a catch, it was
on number 8.
Guarded by number 8.
Yeah, it was just not good, Spade. But I mean, I thought Clemson would have put up more of a fight. It was still an exciting game, Spade. I think the final score might have been 45-25, something like that. But it was still an exciting game to watch. And Spade, I think that's what makes college football. And this is what got people speculating that the playoffs should go to 8 teams. And you know what I mean? I want to get your thoughts on the playoffs expanded. Should it expand? And your thoughts on the national championship.
Let me go ahead and kill this whole playoff talk first. No, it shouldn't expand because it's never going to be a number.
Yes, it should. Yes, it should.
No, it shouldn't, bro. It's never going to be a number where everybody's satisfied.
At that point, I agree with.
Whoever just barely don't make the cut, going to be like, you can have a 12.
I think
the
8 is enough.
team going to be like, it should be 14. Now,
we don't want people up in there with 3-4 losses. Like, come on.
You know what people need to do? They need to get good. They need to get
good.
And then, get good, and then they'll be in this shit. So now that we got that over with, let's talk about the Natty.
I disagree, but go ahead.
No, I want to go ahead. What's the right number in your opinion?
I think 8 is the number. 8 is the number. And I don't care about what the 9th team say. Like, the 9th team is like 9-3. Like, no, you don't deserve to be in this joint. You don't deserve it. You don't deserve it. So I think 8 is the number. Leave it at 8 and let the chips fall where they may. I think 8 is the number. I don't care about the 9th and the 10th team and the 11th team and the 12th team. I mean, they only rank 25. I at least think like the first 8 of the top half deserve to be in the playoffs. But, I mean, 8 is the number. 8 is the number. I don't want 12. I don't want 10. I don't want 10 with 2 buys. I don't want that shit. 8 would be enough. Go ahead, Spade. I know you're over there making faces and shit. That's what you do.
I'm doing a little bit of research over here. But yes, let's talk the national championship game. It was great, to be honest with you.
It was.
I would have liked to seen it be a little bit closer.
Me too.
We ain't seen anybody come out and punch LSU in the face like Clemson did. They came out and they punched them square in the nose. And kudos to LSU. They bounced back from a punch to the face. So it provided the things we wanted to see. We got a chance to see 2 powerhouse schools. We got a chance to see a team that ain't played from behind, show that they can play from behind a little bit. And it was a great game. Trevor Lawrence started hot, fizzled out a little bit. I feel like Joe Burrow started a little, he didn't start cold, but he started a little safe, it seemed like, and then he started letting that shit go. And somebody over there, I don't know if it's Joe Burrow, I don't know if it's Joe Brady, I don't know if it's Coach O, I don't know if it's one of them guys up in the booth with a walkie-talkie. Somebody realized that number 8 on Clemson was barbecue damn chicken, and that changed the game plan. I don't care what nobody say. When they was just coming out trying to just run their offensive attack, that shit was kind of stagnant. Once somebody realized this is the weak link. LeParis, I'm older. We used to play Red Rover.
Word.
You ever play that?
That's right.
Man, I would look for the 2 shortest white girls holding hands and sprint right through their arms. I knew that was the weak link. Word. They spotted the weak link. They realized, and I'm not saying that this kid isn't good. I think Darius Slay had a tweet and was like, number 8 is going to be fine. He's in good position. He's just got to get his head around quicker. And, that's the vote of confidence you want, because to be a young man, and he is a young man, to get picked on like he got picked on in that game, on that stage with that many eyes on you, that's tough. I mean, because look, man, Todd McShay and Mel Kiper going to have a fucking field day.
When it's his time. Spade.
They about lying. The shit not going to be good. So for one of the better cornerbacks in the league to speak up and say, there's some things he's doing right, and the things that he's doing wrong looks like it can be fixed through coaching. He can be, coached up right. That's a pretty good vote of confidence. The thing about the game to me that I was most impressed with, LeParis, and it was a lot going on both sides of the ball. But the thing that I was most impressed with was the way that Joe Burrow proved that he could run. I ain't nobody could move. I knew he could throw the ball. I didn't know he could run. I mean, I've seen Trevor run. Trevor just showed us he had wheels not too long ago. Well, he took off and scat down the sideline. I was like, damn, but he kind of quick. He's sneaky athletic. I just said people need to stop saying that. But it was a great game, man. I don't feel no kind of way about it. I mean, as a Cane fan, I came into this game saying, Team ACC, because everybody else in the ACC stank. Clemson is all we got. Everybody else in the ACC stank. And, it was a better team on this day. They had a better game plan. They had better preparation, and they executed better. Congrats to the LSU Tigers.
Facts. I spoke about it earlier in this adjustment, Spade. LSU made adjustments, and I love Dabo. I didn't feel defensively they made adjustments. Now, whether that mean rotate number, and I don't want to just blame this on number 8, but he was fooled out there. He was. I don't know, roller safety. Listen, I don't have the game plan. But Clemson came out and they changed the defense. When the game started, they was in the defense that they never ran all year. They was in the 3-1-7. That's what they was in. They was like, yo, they want to pass. We got all these DBs and safeties and all these rovers out here. Like, we gonna stop the passing game, and it worked. But then they figured that shit out, and they started hitting the tight end. Bang! They started hitting the running back out the backfield. That's when you got to make adjustments. Now, I don't know if that's on Dabo. I don't know if that's on the D coordinator, but they just kept sitting out there. I tweeted. Listen, after old boy, I don't know number 8 name, but after he got beat, like maybe the first time, he got beat on another long pass, and that was a pass interference. I said, where is the safety? And somebody tweeted me and was like, yo, the safety in the box. For what? They was like, to stop Joe Burrow from scrambling. Well, he ain't doing a good job because he's still scrambling. It was 3rd and long, and he ran that shit right before the half and stepped out of bounds. So he's not doing a good job. Get his ass back there in coverage. It was adjustments. Spade, this little bowling ball dude that that LSU got was running through tackles too. Like, we hitting and rapping today or nah? Because, he was running through mad tackles. Listen, man, LSU, they made better adjustments, and that's not necessarily saying Coach O, who I love, by the way, that's not necessarily saying Coach O is a better coach than Dabo Swinney. But they made better adjustments. Sometimes when you're not the, because I was reading on Twitter, Spade, they was like, yo, Coach O is not the X's and O guy. He's an excellent recruiter, though. And that's when you Spade, if you a person and you know your flaws, Spade, you always talk about how you're not the best at math. So if you're in a position when you need mathematicians, what do? You go get mathematicians. So if you're not an X's and O guy, you go holler at the Saints like, yo, I know I can't have your offensive coordinator like Sean Payton, right-hand man, well, who you got that I can take? And they was like, yo, take this little young man down here. You know, he was around us for a year. You know, he wasn't close, but he was in the meetings. He might have, you know, picked up on some of this knowledge, and it looked like that changed LSU life. That changed their life. So, I mean, they say Coach O not an X's and O guy. And he went out and hired some X's and O guys, and it paid off, and they are the national champions. Spade! That wasn't the only thing that happened in the national championship. We know LSU won, and Clemson lost. But later on, after after the game, and it's some celebrating, it was some former LSU Tigers on the field. It was Odell Beckham was down there. He was seen allegedly handing some of the kids big wads of cash. You know, LSU came out later and was like,
wait.
Go ahead.
You said allegedly?
Yeah, allegedly. LSU came out and said the money fake.
He on camera. He's on camera handing out. It's not alleged.
But, I mean, it's alleged because they alleged because LSU said the cash was fake. They said the cash was fake.
Yeah.
So he's on camera handing kids big wads of cash. LSU said the money was fake. Joe Burrow went on the podcast and was like, I don't know what y'all talking about. The money Odell gave me was red. So, later on in the locker room, Odell in there, you look like one of the young players was on maybe IG Live. They love going on IG Live or Facebook Live or whatever it was. On some type of service where you can go live. And Odell saying he gonna sell the kids shoes for like $200,000 and seen on camera smacking the dude ass. Spade. What about the aftermath for the game? What is Odell doing?
All right. I was looking up some stuff while you was talking. The kid's name is AJ Terrell.
Oh yeah, he just declared too. I think he just declared.
I was going to say, man, he's declared for the draft. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Give him a break.
I don't know how that's gonna go.
Give him a break.
Yeah, Deion had a tweet about the kid that kind of went viral. He said, "Lord Jesus, I'm praying for number 8 on Clemson. Please help him, Lord." So yeah. Anyway, yeah, let's talk about Odell. I'm one of those people that's been very vocal about Odell Beckham. If he listens to the podcast, or if he's got friends that listen to the podcast, he probably thinks that I don't like him or I'm not a fan of him, and that's actually not true. I have a problem with, and I know they said that the wide receiver is the diva position, and these guys are divas, and in some cases they are. I feel like in most cases they are not. I personally, and it don't have anything to do with Odell Beckham, the football player, but I personally have an issue with males that just crave attention. I have a problem with that. Sit your ass down somewhere, bro. That's how I feel.
Let me get a 20.
Go ahead.
We are living in this day and Spade. I agree with you, but we are living in this day and age where everybody listen. Money ain't the root of all evil now. Attention is, and they crave it. And it's maybe not us because we kind of older, but this younger generation, they need it. So they do wild shit to get attention. Not even necessarily that's going to lead to monetary money. That's going to lead to something monetary. Like they just want to be known. They want to go viral. It might not lead to a cent, but they crave that shit, Spade. So this day and age is a little different from what we grew up in. We ain't have social media like this.
You're absolutely right.
Can you understand that?
I do. And
Okay.
look, you talking to a guy who, in my own admittance, I spend too much time on social media. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram. You was just clowning me on Twitter the other day. Say I turned to an Instagram thought because I use filters on my own pictures.
Word.
I can post pictures. Case in point, some years back, my daughter had a birthday party. I took my daughter to a place that had a bunch of like trampolines and jumpy things in it. And some kids at the place recognized me and wanted to take pictures with me. And it made me feel super uncomfortable because I felt like in that moment I was taken away from my daughter. So I guess what I'm saying is I can have my moments when it's like, okay, I'm K-Spade the prospect. I'm out here to do this or that. And today's about me. And I can also recognize moments where it is not about me. I'm out with my family, or I'm here, or if I go in another person's stream, someone else is live streaming, and I go through and people in the chat like, yo, Spade, when's your next video? When you doing this? Hey, fam, I don't really want to talk about that. I'm just here to support this guy. I don't want to. I know when to cut it off. And I feel like Odell don't know when to cut it off. That's one.
I'm
showing up, it ain't nothing wrong with that.
Everybody ain't built like that, bro.
I get it. That's just one. And like I said,
go ahead.
This isn't an indictment of Odell.
Okay.
This is just saying, me personally, I have a problem with guys that be on that look at me shit. Fam, we see you. I'm going to tell you something. I'm an old school guy. It's some people who they swagger. They can walk in the room and not say a word, but they still get everybody attention, just they swagger.
Word.
I fuck with that more than I fuck with, look at me. My whole team is over here in the huddle, but I'm out here dancing. I'm flossing. I'm doing the shoot. I'm passing money. I'm shooting the centipede.
Word.
Fam, sit your ass down. We see you.
And
I don't like
already
that.
Odell Beckham. Come on.
I get it. And I don't like that about him. I ain't saying this ain't national championship Odell. This is Odell in general. I don't like that about him. That don't mean he, you know what I'm saying? I ain't saying change for me. That's who he is. And
I agree. I agree with you.
I just don't like it. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't hang with him because I would be like, you know, he finna get on the damn table again. Like he finna start, you know. That's just who he is. That's cool. That's who he ain't the only person I met like that. I know a lot of guys that's on that look at me shit. I don't fuck with him. That's just me. There's nothing wrong with him going to the national championship. There's nothing wrong with him supporting his team. There's nothing wrong with him being a look at me guy, unless you me. I start to get a problem because Marcus Spears was there and he was having the time of his damn life. And we ain't heard any stories about him. Ryan
Clark was there. Ryan Clark was there.
Ryan Clark was there. And Ryan Clark was turning up a little more than Spears. But at the end of that game, and this stuff came out that night, LaPierre. It wasn't the next day. It was that night when they won the game and everybody was on the field. You know, Odell knows, bruh. Odell knows. It ain't like somebody got it with their cell phone from afar. It's a paid cameraman holding a 35-pound fucking camera on his shoulder, standing a foot away from Odell, and he is putting wads of cash in various players' hands. And I'm like, what is... I even tweeted. I said, I have a problem with the fact that Odell is risking the potential, you know, collegiate careers of these kids. Fam, I don't give a shit if you want to give them $1 million apiece. You can catch them after all that shit settled and say, hey, dude, come here. Pull them close, dap them up. You know, say, hey, don't even look at that till you get in your car. Or if you want to, you could put it in a bag. They got something called backing. It's ways to do it. If you want to give them money, that's your money. You do what the hell you want to do with it. But you did it in a way that's going to get them in trouble. It's going to get them in hot water. And before we move on, the incident with the cop, LaPierre, whether it was a cop, security guard, or whatever, I don't know. And I was torn. At first, I was like, an arrest warrant for being patted on the butt? Like, come on, man. As much as Odell get on my nerves, this is a bit, you know, excessive. But then when I saw the video, I just was like, it ain't even, what they call it, minor assault or whatever. Yeah, that's bullshit. But I was just watching the video like, why? Why did he do that?
That's the question. Why?
Why?
And
then...
Why?
Bro, it's video of him taking the megaphone from the band.
Karl Malone.
It's video of him posting up Karl Malone. And then once you see all these videos come together, it's apparent that he was probably drunk as a skunk. And I'm saying that because getting drunk is legal. I could say he was high as a kite, but I ain't gonna go that far. He probably 3 sheets in the wind. He probably was drunk as hell. He probably don't even remember half the shit he did. He was having a good time. He was celebrating. He went too far. I just got a problem with it because this is so Odell. Man, we got more stories of Odell and the shit he was doing at the game than we do at the game. He made it about him.
That's a fact, and that's why I was going to go.
I'm tired of that. Sit down somewhere, bro.
Bro, this is not about you. This is not about you.
I'm sick of that dude, bro.
That's
Sit
down.
That's
my problem, bro. And Spade, my point was saying, like, you Odell Beckham is, bro, you're Odell Beckham. You're gonna already get the attention. You don't need to put 100 on 10. 10 is good enough. You're Odell. You don't gotta put 100 on 10.
Thank you. Now, when Jordan used to go to Marcus games, the camera would be on Jordan.
Come on, man.
And I know Jordan couldn't help that, but Jordan was just sitting there.
Come on. Like, I don't understand. Like, money ain't the root of, Fab said that. Money ain't the root of all evil. Now, attention is, and he craved that shit. He crave it.
And that's exactly why. I know I'm jumping around. We talked about the Browns, but another thing that I said was, how long do you give this Browns experiment before Odell start pitching a fit? Because that shit's he used to being the man. And even when the Giants was ass, Odell was the man. So you put him out here in Cleveland, where Cleveland is ass and he ain't the man? No way he gonna be okay with that. He needed too much. He need the camera too much. And listen, before somebody misinterpret what I'm saying, Odell is an incredible wide receiver. I think he got the best hands in the league. I have said that. I got him as a top 3 wide receiver in our league any given Sunday. I would love for him to, I don't know, I finna say I love for him to play for my team, but I don't know about that. From a talent standpoint, I would, but it just ain't enough camera time down in Miami for him, so that shit won't work, and it's a whole lot of distractions. So I wouldn't want him to play for my team, but he is an amazing talent. But my issue with Odell is he just has to make everything about him, and I don't like that. The storylines of the game is Joe Burrow was good, number 8 for Clemson was bad, and Odell was wilding. Those are the 3 top storylines from the national championship game, and that's highly disappointing to me, man.
It's a drug, man. It's a drug. It's just like,
dopamine.
That dopamine, bro. I was just about to say, me and you had that conversation about them Instagram likes. Like, people see them likes running up, and they be like, oh, I got to get another picture. Because that shit is a drug. Like, it's crazy because, like, in the era we grew up, we didn't crave that shit because we ain't had no phones and all that shit in our hand. Like, I don't know when you got a computer, but I ain't get a computer in my house. So I was damn near 17, 18 years old. We wanted to use the computer. We had to go to the public library. You couldn't even use like that shit like over there. That shit had like locks and you couldn't go to certain websites and shit. Like that shit was different. But now they got computers in their hands.
You went to it on a 56K modem, so it took you a while to get to that shit.
You ain't lying. Better not be looking up no shit you ain't supposed to, because that shit took forever to get there and an hour to get off it. So, I mean, he just crave attention and he got to make everything about him. Spade, I told you, my problem, I told you this on the phone. I said, yo, my problem wasn't with Odell giving them the money. It's how you gave him the money.
Absolutely.
Come on.
Absolutely.
Like Spade, not only did they have a $35,000 camera, that shit probably was 4K, 8K, and 60 frames per second.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah, Red Dragon type shit.
What are you doing, Odell? Jesus Christ, man. Like, it becomes annoying. It's annoying. And it's just the headache that you got, like I said, LSU came out, said the money was fake. Why would Odell be walking around with fake money? So now it forces them to lie. The lie is some bullshit. Why would Odell have fake money?
Terrible lie. Terrible lie.
Allegedly, it was some fake money on the field. Allegedly. I don't know. I ain't see that shit. But why would Odell have fake money? That's dumb.
Why was he pulling it from his pocket? You know what I'm saying? I ain't get from the field.
Word. That's dumb. That's dumb.
It was a terrible lie.
Them to lie, puts them in the conundrum. Now you got Joe Burrow coming, like he done declared, so he don't give a damn about what the hell about to happen to LSU. He done won his natty and he out. He going to the league. He going to the league. So he don't give a damn what happened with LSU. But he done said that, the money Odell gave me was real. So now it just puts them in this predicament where they trying to save face. The better lie would have been, yeah, Odell gave him money. They gave it right back. Then you call the kids in. What did you do with the money Odell gave you? We gave it right back. That would have been the better lie. Maybe they get a game. But now they done launched the whole investigation. About to launch a whole investigation. This shit about to be a mess for LSU, man. Shit about to be a mess. But it's all because of Odell. It done turned a great moment into some bullshit. Arrest warrants was out there. Now the warrant may be dropped. It was just Why? Why you gotta pat the cop or security guard on the ass? Why? It just doesn't make sense.
It wasn't a pat for starters, but
it just doesn't make sense. But anyway, Spade,
let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
How do you feel about Burrow's comment?
What about Burrow saying the money you gave me was real?
Yeah.
Because
I kind of got a problem with that too.
You do?
Yeah.
Why?
Because you're throwing your brothers under the bus now. It's a terrible lie. And I guess to be fair, Burrow is saying like, look, I want my shit to be straight. So before they come, messing with me,
like you about to go to the draft, they about to, already know they about to break this shit down to the bone gristle. Like they about to break this shit down. So the first thing you want the first thing they ask you. So why you lie about the money Odell gave you? Bro, they still bring up shit about C. Webb taking money back in the day and getting all that shit, thrown out at Michigan. They still bring that shit up. C. Webb 50. They still bring that shit up.
And that's true. And that's fair too. I gotta admit, when I heard it was like Joe Burrow says, hey, you don't know what the hell y'all talking about. The money he got from Odell was 100% real. I'm like, damn, Joe. I guess the hell with everybody else, huh?
Yeah, I'm gone. He gone. He don't keep. I was about to say something. I'm not gonna say it. He gone. He don't give a damn about them people. He gone.
Okay.
He declared. He out. Bro, they still ask C. Webb, did you take the money? C. Webb still be denying. Why, C. Webb? We know you took the money.
What else you got?
Oh, no, I don't want to leave this topic just yet, Spade. I want to ask you. I'm going to share my thoughts about Joe Burrow. Like, Joe Burrow seems like he's going to be the number one pick, and it's like he's going to go to Cincinnati. And they are crowning this man the best thing since Andrew Luck, Peyton Manning. I heard, Spade. And before you go, Spade, I just want everybody to relax. And people like, yo, you trying to say Joe Burrow going to be a bust? No, but he going to Cincinnati, and let's be honest. Word on the street is AJ Green may be out. Like he want out. Maybe he's gonna get traded. I don't know. Maybe he may force a trade. We don't know what's gonna happen with AJ Green. Let's be honest. John Ross, we know he's fast, but I like Tyler Boyd. And I think Tyler Boyd can be a solid number one. But let's just be honest. AJ Green made his life a lot better. He had an okay season this year. But let's look at Cincinnati offense. Let's be honest. Spade. It ain't no dynamic shit. We looking like, oh shit, they a quarterback away. I don't think so. They got holes everywhere. Yeah. They got holes everywhere. So before we start crowning these dudes and being like, Cincinnati got one, it's only Joe Burrow really only had that 1 year. Who else had that 1 year? Mitchell Trubisky. And I know. Relax.
He didn't have a Joe Burrow year.
I was just about to say that, Spade. Relax. Joe Burrow probably arguably put together the best college football year for a quarterback ever.
Yep.
But I'm just saying, like, the turnaround, it was like, Spade, you said you didn't know Joe Burrow had wheels. He was a damn dual threat quarterback when he went there. He was running that thing when he went there. They sucked. They sucked. So I just want people to relax with calling them Andrew Luck. Relax with calling them Peyton Manning because they did it for multiple years in college. Relax. And Spade. Joe Burrow just threw the most touchdowns in college football history, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know who record he broke?
The kid from Hawaii.
Colt Brennan. Relax. Shit, every year Hawaii got some dude dotting up, throwing about 50 of them things. We who was it? What was his name? Bobby Chang? It was like, a Chinese dude or something, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Like, relax. I think that kid threw like 50 TDs. Relax.
To be fair, neither of those guys was facing. Wait. So,
okay.
We got to do this.
We got to do it.
Joe Burrow definitely had the best collegiate quarterback season.
Okay.
Ever.
Okay.
Now, I was on the fence with this because I was like, man, VY, Cam, Deshaun Watson, these guys. And I had to hear the argument, like, I'm not saying this guy's the best talent. I'm not saying this guy's going to be the best pro player. I'm not even saying he's the best collegiate quarterback. But for the stats that he put up, 60 TDs. I think he only threw 6 INTs. They played like 3 top 5 teams. They played the toughest teams, and his stats over the season, it wasn't like he pub stumped trash teams and then he had low stats against good teams and it balanced out to be good. He was good against everyone. He was good against the best teams. And we talking about how he did Terrell, number 8 on Clemson. That dude was a first-team All-American. So, I mean, he was good against the best defenses. They scored tons. They had shit tons of yards. He had low turnovers. And he did this while winning a Heisman and a national championship. So if you encompass all of that, yeah,
okay,
I got to give him that.
However, that's not my argument, though. My argument isn't is he amazing in college. My argument is they comparing him to Andrew Luck and Peyton Manning, what they're going to be in the NFL.
I heard him compared to Joe Montana. So
Joe Montana. I also heard somebody say he's Steve Young and Drew Bledsoe body. Whoa. Relax. All I'm saying is relax. I'm not saying, so in the party last night, people was like, so you saying he's going to be a bust? No, I'm saying pump your brakes. You saying he's going to be Steve Young, who took over for Joe Montana and won a Super Bowl. You saying Peyton Manning, he won a Super Bowl. Like, come on. Y'all got to relax. And I get, Spade, this is why I don't even be liking all these comparisons. Relax. He's Joe Burrow. Let's see how this shit work out. Let's see. It's Spade, and you are 100% correct. He played the toughest, best defenses in college teams in the nation. The NFL is better. You can agree there, right?
Oh, absolutely. And he's going to a worse team with worse protection and worse weapons.
Come on. I was just about to say. And when they get a rookie quarterback behind that Bengals offensive line, come on, bro. Come on.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm just saying, I don't know what Joe Burrow going to be. I'm saying relax. I ain't saying he's going to be Mitchell Trubisky. I'm saying we had, like, Joe Burrow came out of nowhere like Mitchell Trubisky. The Bears traded up to get Mitchell Trubisky, and Watson was right there. We just seen Watson beat.
And see, yep, you're right.
We just seen Watson take on Bama twice and beat him once.
And to be fair, I mean, statistically, what Burrow did and what Deshaun did aren't 1-to-1. So before somebody go there, I swear,
I'm not knifing this point in at you because I know you know what I'm talking about. To be clear, I'm not talking about college. I'm not talking about college. But they took Mitchell Trubisky after that 1 year where it was like, oh, Mitchell Trubisky, and the Bears traded up and Deshaun was right there. A proven commodity that did it for more than 1 year.
I was going to say, because to be fair,
go ahead.
Deshaun's collegiate run was essentially, and again, I'm not talking about stats 1-to-1. I'm talking about the accolades and beating whoever you put in front of them and blowing good teams out the water. Essentially, Deshaun did what Joe Burrow did twice. Like, he did it in back-to-back years and got looked over. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. And I'm saying the 1 years wasn't the same. Joe Burrow just put together, like you said, the best collegiate year we ever seen. Threw for damn near under 6,000 yards. So I'm just saying we got to relax with these comparisons. We got to relax.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. I don't know what Joe Burrow going to be. He might be the best thing since sliced bread. I'm not saying he is or isn't. I'm saying relax. He going to get drafted by Cincinnati. Spade, we love Mixon. I like Mixon. I like Tyler Boyd. Like I said, you don't know what's going to happen with AJ. But that offensive line is terrible. It's terrible. We have seen people put up good ass years in college and go to a team with terrible offensive line, get sacked 60 times and never be right again. Be gunshot. Come on, man. Come on. Like I don't seen a lot of football, and that's all I'm saying is relax. I hope the kid is. I don't want any of these. I always say this when we talk about like the draft and all this shit, NBA and NFL. I don't want any of these kids to be ass and fail or anything. I don't want any of them to fail. I'm just saying Relax. You can't be crowning these dudes of players that are accomplished fresh out of college. They about to go play grown men who do this for a living to feed their family. And they don't give a damn about no Joe Burrow.
It's true.
They're going to be trying to make a point. Joe who? Shit. All right. That's what. And in that division? Not that division. We just seen Mike Tomlin with injuries and everything had the Steelers in the hunt. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. That division? Come on. Say what you want about the Browns, and trust me, I got my problems with the Browns. Myles Garrett is on his goddamn way back. Okay? He's on his way.
And he'll bang your ass in the head with a helmet.
You ain't lying. I'm just saying. The Ravens over there, come on, man. Come on. That's all I'm saying. Beach Bay, we can move on if you want, man. Like I said, I don't know what Joe Burrow gonna be. Like I said, college-wise, he's amazing. Let's pump our brakes and stop calling him Steve Young, who's a Hall of Famer, Peyton Manning, who's going to be a Hall of Famer, and Andrew Luck, who's arguably probably going to be a Hall of Famer. Come on, relax.
All right, bro.
Joe Montana,
spade.
Joe Montana.
Nah, I don't see.
Who's arguably the best quarterback ever? Like, come on.
He's not, because Dan Marino is. But that's neither.
Shit. They're going to tell you Tom Brady. They're going to tell you Tom Brady. But you get my point.
They wrong. I got you, fam. Let's do something that we never ever do.
Let's get it
on our podcast. Let's go to the Diamond and talk baseball, fam.
The Diamond?
Let's talk. And look, man, let me tell you something. If you're new to this podcast, you don't know this, but we hate baseball. Hate on this show. Part of the reason that baseball is so trash is because they fight and claw so hard to hold on to their tradition. They want the same sport as 1930. Fam, it ain't shit that was invented in 1930 that couldn't be better with today's technology, all right? I don't give a shit what you engineered in 1930. Fam, I don't want it today without any upgrades and advancements. But I don't know if I want it like this. Let's talk baseball, man. We got to talk about the Houston Astros and the scandal that's ripping through social media everywhere. First of all, I got to call this guy's name. Let me see, can I find what is his name?
See, Spade want to find names. The names don't even matter to me.
I don't even know how to say his last name. Mike Fiers. He is the Oakland A's pitcher who is the whistleblower on this whole thing. And LaParis, what's so crazy about it is former players are mad at this guy for being the whistleblower. They're mad. That's neither here nor there. In case you guys don't know, there's an issue that was happening in the majors about people stealing pitch calls, right? So the catcher get down and do this weird shit with his finger. He's telling the pitcher what type of pitch he should throw. And the belief is if you are a Major League Baseball player, you got extremely great eye-hand coordination. You can hit a baseball. If you know what's coming, you got a better chance of hitting that shit and pulling it if you want to pull it or push it wherever you want it if you know what pitch is coming. That's why they hide it down there by the ball sack. So you can't see what's coming. They don't want you to know what pitch is coming. All right? Apparently, they got somebody down the third base line, I'm assuming. Maybe it's a third base coach. I don't know who the hell it is because I ain't read that far into it. But somebody was looking, stealing the count, and giving a signal to somebody to alert other members of the Astros. Last year, LaParis, it was a guy banging on a trash can. The catcher get down. He goes, give me a changeup. And you hear boom, boom, boom. And then the pitcher throw a changeup. The batter bang that shit. Crack. It's gone. Next time he come down, call some other shit. Everything seems to be cool. Go back to that changeup. Boom, boom, boom on the trash can. After what the fuck is going on, man? Every time we call changeup, they banging on the trash can. That was last year. Astro said, let me tell you something. We got a way to make this technology a little better. Fam, they made a device that Altuve wore under his jersey on his arm that would buzz a certain type of buzz for certain types of pitches. And this man had a walk-off hit for the win. I think it was a homer. I don't know. And he's coming to home plate and he's telling his teammates that everybody's taking their shirt off. They putting on the championship shirts because that's what you do when you win the championship. They got the shirts printed up. He's holding his jersey. He's wagging his finger at his teammates, and he's saying, "Don't tear my shirt off." And he touches home plate. He runs by his teammates, celebrating, by the coaches, into the dugout, past everybody in the dugout, into the door in the dugout, to the clubhouse. And then he emerges later with his different shirt that he couldn't put on the field. And this shit is crazy to me, LaParis. This is crazy, right?
Spade, this is another reason why baseball is trash. Baseball is trash. This shit is crazy. And I know what somebody gonna say, bruh, New England, XYZ. Yeah, you know what? Baseball, I'm gonna say you got it right. Because you banged the cannon. You banged the cannon. I think you fined the organization $5 million. Everybody over there got fired. I think the dude named Corey, he was with the Red Sox. He got fired because they was like, yo, you might have been the mastermind behind this shit. You was one of the people that was involved. The Red Sox was like, nah, yo, you out. Like, so people got fired. Like, that shit don't happen in the NFL. They get a little slap on the wrist. I mean, they was more harder on Bounty Gate and the Saints than they were on the Patriots, who are repeat offenders. So there's that. So kudos for baseball, that commissioner, for getting that shit right and banging the cannon and swinging the big stick, no pun intended, and getting the Astro people out of there so this shit can potentially never happen again. But Spade, this shit is just wild, bruh. This shit is wild. Like,
it's crazy.
And I mean, people, listen, man. Baseball, they do, listen, it's a lot of the steroids thing, Spade, and you know, I want to say the last time we talked about baseball on this show was when we was beefing with baseball for not letting Barry Bonds in, because we was like, Barry Bonds was a Hall of Famer, whether you believe he did or didn't take steroids or HGH or whatever, the cream, the clear, whatever it was called. Whether you believe he did or didn't, Barry Bonds was a Hall of Famer before all that shit even came into fruition. He was knocking shit out the ballpark before all that shit happened. But he seen Mark McGwire and them clowns over there cheating, and they was cranking out 60. He was like, shit, I'm better than them by a mile. So if I get a little bit of this shit, I'm going to be cranking 70 of these shits. So there's that. But Spade, baseball is just, like, this shit is crazy. And they won the pennant. They won this shit. Like, so clearly the shit worked. They won it. Spade, I read, and I don't play baseball. I don't even know MK's son that played baseball. I don't know nobody that played baseball. But Spade, they said, and I read this, so don't quote me because I don't know. They said that if you know the pitch that's coming, you got a 30% chance of connecting and getting a hit. That's a big ass percentage, bro. That's a big ass percentage. So, yeah. This shit is just wild to me, Spade. And I mean, it's baseball. Baseball trash. That's what they do. They steal signs. They take steroids. That's what they do.
Here's where I'm torn. Right?
Go ahead. Let me hear this shit, because this baseball, this ain't our expertise.
Shout out to one of my coworkers. We was talking this at work, and he was like, baseball is so trash that I'm typically for any type of cheating shit they can do to make it more exciting. He said when people was taking steroids, they was banging more home runs. To me, that's when baseball was at a high. I'm like, damn, that's a very valid point. He like, if people gonna steal signs and hit more home runs, it's good for baseball. And I'm like, you might be right. But this one right here is so crazy to me. If you can, and I'm torn because I feel like they're almost one and the same. If I already got superior eye-hand coordination and I can hit, I'm hitting everything. You can't throw the shit past me. I'm hitting it anyway. Mm-hmm. But if you're going to give me some shit that now when I do hit it, I'm going to knock the hell out of it, that's a little unfair. Here, if I got the eye-hand coordination and I can hit a ball anyway, but you telling me what type of pitch is coming, I think that also makes me a little OP. The strange thing is the quote I got here.
30 more %. That's what I read. 30 more %.
I got a quote from a guy that's a 21-year veteran. Mm-hmm. He said, I played in the steroid era. I wasn't complaining what some of those guys was doing. Why are so many people upset? I look at it this way. Everybody is trying to do something to gain an advantage. They had the opportunity to use technology. They did, and they got caught. And I was like, damn, is he right? Am I tripping? Is this dude, like, they mad at this Mike Fires dude, but if he don't say something, what's next? Like, I don't know, man. I want baseball to be better. I gotta admittedly, I wasn't that upset with the steroid era, especially if players know. Like, look, man, give you these steroids. You know, Barry Bonds' chick said that his cap size grew. You know what I'm saying? He had to keep getting new hats. Head was getting big as hell. Hey, look, man, your head gonna grow, and you got to get a shot in the ass. And we don't know the long-term effects of this shit, but word on the streets is, like, you know, your balls shrivel up. You willing to trade all that for 60? Yeah, I'm willing to trade all that for 60. Bet. Go have a ball. But this right here is just flat out, I don't know, this is flat out cheating. I don't know. I don't like this as much. This is just crazy to me. I actually watched the video of the guy banging on the trash can. I mean, they don't show the guy. The angle is from behind the pitcher. You see the count. You hear the banging on the trash can. It's like, yo, this shit is crazy. Like, this is really crazy. Y'all some crazy people over there, man.
I just want to listen, man. Listen. This shit. It will be something else. Like, he banged the cannon so hard that I don't think it will be this, but it's going to be something. There's always something in baseball. It's always something in baseball. Always. And this is. They say this is America's pastime. People, it's crazy because people got a problem with the Dallas Cowboys calling themselves America's team, but don't nobody got a problem with baseball calling themselves America's pastime. This shit is past its time. Don't nobody
hear baseball saying that because we don't watch that shit.
Yeah, get that shit out of here, man. We don't watch this shit. But I mean, boy, I seen Yankee players tweeted they are upset. Like, the Yankees are upset, boy. They are upset. I don't know, man. It's cheating. It's cheating. It's cheating.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
It's cheating. Shit is sports, man. They say if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. Sports. I don't know. Baseball fans, if we got any that watch, I know we don't never talk about this shit. It's also an MMA fight tonight with Conor McGregor that we ain't gonna talk about either. So before y'all be like, yo, y'all ain't talking about the fight, we know. We know. Spade, I'm ready to move on. Are you? You good? You good with the Astros?
Yes, sir.
Spade, they're gonna keep. I mean, in the NCAA, they take your championship. Should they take the Astros championship?
They should make them pay money to a charity. That's what the NCAA tried on my boy Wiseman.
Yeah, 10 grand. You right.
Yeah, pay a charity.
Hey, Spade. Let's move on. Let's go to the NBA. Talk some NBA news.
Finally, god dog.
Let's talk some NBA news, man. Spade. If you didn't know, man, we got our boy JJ Redick. JJ Redick was out here. JJ Redick made some comments and he said, you know what? Today's NBA, you know, these players care more about, you know, getting they fit on IG than they do about wins and losses. And Spade, I said, oh shit, look at JJ Redick. Now we know JJ Redick a dookie. This dude is, you know, he's been in the league for a long time and he found out, he carved out a niche for himself and been a successful, you know, NBA player with the niche he carved out for himself. You know what I mean? Sharpshooter, sniper, whatever you want to call him. But he been in the league for a long time, so he done been around and been in multiple locker rooms, done seen these players. So if anybody got, you know, I hate to use the word, you know, state of the culture, but if anybody can speak on what's going on in these locker rooms, like the culture in these locker rooms, and if these players care or not, JJ Redick is a guy. He's been in a few locker rooms. He should know. Sure. Spade, I want to ask you, like, do you agree with his comments? Like, do you think it was out of bounds?
No, it wasn't out of bounds. And I agree to a certain extent, but I don't think it's just, you know, fashion and social media. Man, we see tweets from players is like, oh, let's meet me on Fortnite, meet me on 2K. Like, what's happening is, I don't want to say the league is getting younger because technically it's not. I mean, we saw guys come straight from the high school and you can't do that anymore. But I feel like it's like the time that I met De'Aaron Fox. Now I don't want to make this a long story, but I was telling you, I was like, man, I was so surprised that he knew me. And he was like, yeah, man, it speaks to the times. Like the guys that, you know, was playing video games, that's the generation that's in the league now. Like it's a different time. Like you look at like Jordan and them dudes, they wasn't playing video games like that when they was kids. And I'm like, damn, you're right. I didn't really think about it like that. So, the technology generation kids are in the league, and let's be honest, man. Scoring is at an all-time high. The league realizes that scoring is fun. It's exciting to watch. The same reason why the MLB said, if y'all boys gonna get off steroids, we just gonna juice the shit out these balls. You got damn 15 to 12 baseball games. You can't put your hands on a receiver. You can't hit the quarterback. Like, scoring is up in American sports across the board. So defense ain't really what it used to be. And I just feel like the offenses have changed. Plus, teams are just jacking threes. I just don't think the preparation to score or to be pretty good, I don't think it's as high. I don't think that preparation requirement is as high as it once was, in all fairness. I think if you want to look at some old school NBA, I think them dudes had to be in the gym. They had to be in the weight room for the shit they was doing. These guys, man, shit, just show up. You're going to shoot your 10 threes and go home. So, yeah, JJ's right. JJ also is just an older guy, man. It wasn't that long ago that Pau Gasol was just speaking out saying that, this ain't the league he fell in love with. They don't care about defense. The post game is dead. It's just old guys doing what we do, being old and bitching about change.
Facts. I told you before this show started, I said, I am the get off my lawn guy. I'm that guy now. I'm that guy. And before anybody in the comments say, that sucks, trust me, when you get older, you're going to be that guy. You're going to be that guy too.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. But I want to say I agree with JJ 100%, bro. I agree. And then that's, I think when he say getting their fit on IG, I think he mean the preparation. Like they picking out like, oh, this got to go with that. And like you said,
I agree.
And like you said, like I think the preparation is more for that than it is wins and losses. Spade, I don't think the fans care more about the wins and losses than most. I don't want to say all. I don't want to say all because that's not fair. Then I think most of the players, Spade, fans lose the team. Fans lose the game. What happened? Fan in the stand fighting the other dude that came for the other team. They in there scrapping.
Looking off.
What players do? Giving that, yo, meet me at the club. Y'all want to go out to eat? Like, it's different. And I know fan is short for fanatic, but fans take the wins and losses harder than these players. And I think JJ is right. They take more preparation and getting a outfit right than they do like, oh shit, we lost again. Like, Spade, you wasn't. And I hate to bring this era up, but I'm just going to be that guy. I'm the get off my lawn guy. I might as well go all the way. Bro, Michael Jordan lost it. He wanted to vomit. Like, it killed him in the inside. Dudes are shoot and go 3 of 30. And I'm exaggerating. Relax, y'all. 3 of 30, and they'd be like, oh, I'm going home. I'm going to play some Fortnite. Hit me up on, and they'll give you their gamer tag. You let anybody back in the day, bro, they ain't leaving the gym. They not leaving the gym. They not.
Jordan once lost a playoff game and flew out and went to gamble that night. So,
but that was, come on, Spade. That was his little, Jordan also dropped 60 and won a championship and gambled the day before. The same day.
Allegedly, he drank the day before, too, because they said the flu game really was the drunk hungover game.
He got a hungover. Yeah. So, that I don't know, Spade. It's a catch-22, man. It's a catch-22. Because you want to give these kids their outlet and their advice to, it's a stressful, I would assume, it's a stressful time for them, that traveling and being away from your family and, it's a lot going on. But I got to think it's some validity to what J.J. Redick stated.
I buy it. If J.J. said, who am I to disagree?
Yeah, like I said, we have seen, I was hard on the Timberwolves when it was like, yo, him, with Cat and Ben Simmons and Wiggins and all them dudes was on the game. Bro, y'all suck right now. Y'all playing Fortnite? Like, I don't know, man.
And to be honest with you,
go ahead.
Let me double back. JJ is probably right, But JJ got to blame some of that on the league that he play in. Because the league makes such a big fucking deal out of what these guys are wearing to the game. They got cameras all up their ass as they walking in talking about whatever designer clothes they got on. So the league is helping make it a damn big deal. Maybe if people stop giving a shit what they wearing, maybe they'll focus on it less. I don't know.
I mean, the league did that to debunk how Allen Iverson used to dress. So,
but I'm saying, I mean, when we watch the pregame, I just feel like one point in time, the pregame would cut to a person walking in here and there, and mostly, I feel like we see at least the whole starting five. Like, we see everybody walk in every game, I feel like. So, I don't know.
I mean, every it don't matter what. It don't even got to be a big game.
No.
It don't even got to be a big game. It's like we watching we watching Deadman walk in for the Kings. Like, why? Why are we watching this? Yeah. But, I mean, I get your point. But I felt like, that they always did it, but they do it a lot more now. Like, they did it when Iverson and them was in the league, but they was wearing jerseys and baggy, big-ass white tees and baggy jeans, and they was like, oh, hell nah. They started putting everybody in suits like, yo, if you ain't playing or you coming to the game, then you got to dress professional. And NBA players was like, I bet I'm going to be professional. I'm just not going to wear no suit, and this is what we got now. So I agree with you. It was definitely the NBA that did this shit.
All right, bro. Let's go ahead and move forward, and let's talk about a Jersey native or an Australian native. I guess it depends on how you feeling at the time. Your boy Kyrie Irving has been in the news lately, man. And look, I feel like we talk about players and where they at in their mental space. We talk about that a lot on this podcast, and I realize it's a real thing. It's something we got to be knowledgeable of. Kyrie, man, I don't know. He's a polarizing figure, and it's starting to seem like whatever team he on, people ain't really loving him. The Boston experiment didn't really go well, and it seemed like the Brooklyn experiment was going well, but he just recently had some comments that might shake shit up. He was asked about, struggles that they've had, and of course, we all know they playing without Kevin Durant, one of the best players in the league currently. And Kyrie said, even with the healthy KD, it's glaringly obvious that they still need another piece or two. They're one or two pieces away. Damn, Kyrie, how many pieces you want? You want a family meal? Want an 8 piece? How many pieces y'all need? But he started to speak to the players that he felt like they was building with, and he named specific players by name, and he didn't name everyone, which obviously the media is going to pounce on and assume that Kyrie worked. He wants some of these guys up out of there. LaParis, I don't know if you saw this, but if you did, speak to how you feel about Kyrie naming people specifically by name.
Yeah, he left guys out like Joe Harris, who just won the 3-point contest last year. I want to say he left, somebody going to correct me if I'm wrong. I think he left, what's the big guy name? What's the big fella name? With the fro. No, with the fro.
Jared Allen.
Left Jared Allen name off, and I think he left Taurean Prince name off. Somebody gonna correct me, but I'm for sure he left the first two names, Joe Harris and Jared Allen, left their names off. I think Taurean Prince was also left off. But Spade, this is just crazy. Spade, you're gonna see, but I'm about this close to saying Kyrie is a locker room cancer. Bro. Boston, the year before Kyrie got there, they ran into LeBron. Correct me if I'm wrong, they ran into LeBron, right? Before Kyrie got there?
Who's this?
But the year before Kyrie went to Boston, didn't they lose to LeBron, and then that next year LeBron was out and went to the Lakers?
I feel like that's the case.
Somebody gonna correct me if I'm wrong. But anyway, regardless who the Boston Celtics ran into, the year before Kyrie got there, they were good. The year when Kyrie got there and got hurt, we seen Terry Rozier and them boys was balling. They was like, yo, we was good without Kyrie. Kyrie get back and it didn't. Tatum kind of took a step back. Brown kind of took a step back. Terry Rozier just wasn't getting any amount of playing time, like 12 minutes a game. So, Kyrie moved on from Boston. You know what I mean? He had some choice words about the people in Boston. He said, like, yo, I get it. Now, hey, LeBron, I get it now. Like, I get it. Being a leader's hard. But, He goes to Brooklyn. Spade. One thing we can say about that Brooklyn team last year when they had D'Lo, them boys was scrappy and they played and they scratched and clawed their way to the playoffs.
Yeah.
And it wasn't, they had injuries. D'Lo was in and out. Dinwiddie, like they had guys, Karis LeVert, like they had guys that just was like, bet, you injured, we got you. You gonna come back, you gonna be right back. But they scratched and clawed their way into the playoffs last year without Kyrie. And now it just seemed like they cannot get right now. And then Kyrie come out with these statements. This isn't the time nor the place, Kyrie. And if that's how you feel, go talk to your coach. Go talk to your GM. Why you gotta say that publicly? What is Kyrie doing? Why you gotta name everybody except a handful of players? That is not the move, bro. That's not the move. That's not the move. You already know. Listen, you already know the Nets are not going to be what we expect them to be. A big piece of the, I mean, Kevin Durant making what, $100 and something million. Like a big piece of y'all puzzle is not in. Like y'all, the puzzle is complete and a big piece is not there. We can't find that big piece because he's injured. So when KD get back, Brooklyn gonna be all right, but this is just not the time, nor the place, or the thing that needs to be said at this moment. I think they're currently sitting eighth in the East. They upside down. They got like 19 wins, 22 losses. Like, come on. Like, what is Kyrie doing? What is he doing, Spade?
I was gonna ask you. You say
acting like an Australian? Right? Damn.
Australia today. I be knowing. Scottie Pippen said that Kyrie is struggling to be a leader. And, maybe I'll buy some of that, man. Like, everybody don't have leadership qualities or capabilities. And Kyrie's a great player. That don't necessarily mean he is a locker room leader. It don't necessarily mean that. And I don't know that KD's that. Maybe he is. I mean, right now it seems like he do a better job at it than this guy. But
you're 100% correct. And it's crazy. I don't mean to cut you off, bro.
No, go ahead.
But just because you're the best player don't necessarily mean you got to be the leader. Spade, you just seen you're a Miami Heat fan, excuse me. You're a Miami Heat fan. And I think you would agree that even though he wasn't getting any playing time, I guarantee you Udonis Haslem was a leader in that locker room.
Still.
I'm willing to guarantee it. So you don't necessarily got to be the best player to be the leader. And I think Kyrie think because, I'm the best player, I gotta be the leader. That's not necessarily true. You don't got, bro, just play ball. Why can't these people just play ball? And I know it's your job. You gotta talk to the media. But Spade, we talk about this shit all the time on this show too. You can get them little nonchalant answers like, yo, we're gonna get it figured out. We're still early in the season. We're gonna get it figured out. We currently sitting in the A spot. We're gonna scratch and claw and fight our way into the playoffs again. You can say little shit like that, regardless whether you believe it or not. But just calling out your teammates like, yeah, with these guys, and then leave a handful of guys out, that's a slap in the face. You leaving me out, bro. We made the playoffs last year without you. What are you doing?
Right.
I don't like it, Spade. I don't like it, man. It's unnecessary and not called for.
That's the same damn thing.
Yeah, man. I don't like it, bro. I don't know what's wrong with him, man. It seems like everywhere he go, it's the same shit. You know what the common denominator is? It's him.
Absolutely.
It's him.
I agree.
What is he doing?
Somebody found a correlation in the players that he did name, players that's in their first year there. Mm-hmm. So it looks like he's saying, like, it's new infusion, we're going to be straight, but some of the guys who were here before I got here, maybe they don't want to buy in. Maybe they want to do shit their way. They think this still last year. This ain't last year no more. So I don't know, man. I hope they get it figured out. We also heard earlier in the year that it was some issues with Kyrie and like temper tantrums. And, I don't know, man. I kind of want to see him get it right.
I just don't know what the issue is. Just play basketball, bro. Bro, just play basketball. Jesus Christ. I mean, they scratched and clawed their way to the playoffs last year. Spade, do you think they make it this year? They currently sitting.
It's still a lot of football. It's still a lot of basketball left. So I know the East ain't the weak conference that it used to be, but I still always feel like in the East it's not over until it's over. So yeah, I think they got a chance.
I think they still get in too because they're too talented, man. I think they get in. But Kyrie got to stop this shit, man. Just play ball, please. Please. You ready to move on, bro?
Yes, sir.
Spade. I don't even know what to call. What we say we was gonna call this topic?
NBA talk.
Okay, yeah. So let's just have some NBA talk going on. Spade. It's a few names I have, jotted down, and I gotta get your thoughts on people. Spade. I know you got a love-hate relationship with Luka. You kind of said on this show early in the year, like, yo, I was wrong on Luka. Luka is a gamer, he a baller. But now, boy, they saying Luka MVP, and Luka had the best start. They said Luka is having a better start, than at 20 than LeBron had. Okay, before you go, they also saying that Luka is the best thing since Larry Bird, Spade.
And wait, did Jordan win after Larry Bird? What they saying? Best.
Well, I mean, they said they all. Let me not say that. Okay, my bad. They saying that Luka is comparable.
The next Larry.
Yeah, the next Larry. He's comparable to Larry Bird. I gotta add, the only comparison is they white, but Spade, I gotta get your thoughts on that. It's a few names I got. We're gonna talk about Kevin Love. We're gonna talk about Bradley Beal. We're gonna talk about Ja Morant. We're gonna talk about Zion, but we can start with Luka.
Look, man, Luka's a good player, and he is having an impressive start. I think when you start saying he's the best 20-year-old we've seen, I think you get a little disrespectful because we've seen greats. All right.
Yeah.
Kobe was just on the All the Smoke podcast saying that his coach, when he was a rookie, didn't want to show favoritism to the young guys, and he went the other way. So he favored playing the veterans, and Kobe said it took Rick Fox getting injured for him to get a chance to start. And then after he got that chance to start, he never not started ever again. But he said if Rick Fox didn't get hurt, how much longer would I have sat? I don't know how many other guys had. Let me just cut to it. Statistically, he might be having the best season that a 20-year-old has had. The NBA is different, man. Analytics have changed the way the game is played. Some rules have changed the way the games are played. Luka is a good player. He's a talented player. He come in with an experience that the average 20-year-old don't come in with.
That's a fact.
19-year-old don't come in with.
That's a good point.
So, statistically, you can look at his stats and say, hey, we never seen this from, a 20-year-old. And I think that's fair. When it's not fair is when you start saying he's the best 20-year-old, because he's not. We saw LeBron James take a shitty Cavaliers team to the finals. And I don't know if LeBron was 20 when he did that, but I feel like he was. And if he wasn't, he was 21. We know Luka ain't taking these boys to no finals. They was just talking about the fact that the Mavs was looking like a better unit without Luka. And I say this right here. I'm a very biased James Harden fan. I think what the Mavs do with Luka is the closest thing to what the Rockets do with Harden than any other team in the league. I don't care what nobody say. Damn, Mark Cuban can't come on this show and tell me I'm wrong. If you look at the way Dallas play, the closest shit to James Harden in Houston is Luka in Dallas, and I'm talking about the way their offense runs, right? We've seen Luka come in,
all of that. So
you
let
know,
me ask you,
wave off screens.
Harden.
He telling Chris Stapps, I don't want screens, just get out my way, give me the ISO. So he has the ball a lot. It's an offensive league. It ain't much defenders can do. And it's not much that defenders even look like they want to do. I see so many uncontested, like shit at the paint. Like if you beat your man off the dribble, man, guys just giving you the layup a lot compared to the way the game used to be played.
That's a fact.
So yeah, he's good and he's scoring. I just don't understand why that's not good enough for people. I don't understand why we got to start saying he's the next Larry. I'm so sick of that shit. I've said this here on the show before. I ain't seen a white boy cold as Larry. I'm sorry. Y'all get mad when I say that, but I'm just being honest with you. They were saying that shit about Gordon Hayward. They saying it about Luka. I don't care. They not Larry. They not Larry. And I don't think Luka's Larry. And that's not a knock on Luka. Luka's a hell of a player, but he ain't Larry. He ain't Larry.
Spade. They killed us on this show when we was defending Larry. They was like, who Larry defending? Who Luka defending? They got the same foot speed. Who they... Bruh.
Right.
What? What?
Yeah, man.
They was like, yo, who is Larry? Larry can't defend KD, and Larry. Who the hell is Luka defending? Show me. They got the same foot speed. They like Larry can't move laterally, and Luka can. Defensively,
I mean, that was a concern actually.
Defensively, anyway, Spade. But I want to raise a question because you mentioned Luka and Harden. Why do they hate Harden the way he played, but love the way Luka play? If you said they play similar, if you said the offenses are the same, they hate Harden, but they love Luka.
Yeah, they do. I think part of the reason is I think James. Nah, I got you. No. I ain't even gonna go that way. I know. You threw the alley-oop up. I ain't catching that one.
Yeah, you ain't gonna slam it home.
Nah.
You gonna kick it back out?
Yeah, I'm gonna just catch that, come down, make sure I hold it long enough for you to not get the assist, and then I'm gonna lay it up.
Come on, bro.
I think to be fair, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm a Harden fan, and I think Harden is some shit that I think he's doing some things we haven't seen before. I think he gets a chance to play in a system that we haven't seen before, and I think that helps with the results. But I like Dallas's scheme better than Houston's scheme. Because when the shots ain't falling, when the threes and all that ISO shit ain't working for Dallas, they got a plan B. Houston don't have a plan B. They show up to the game like this is what we're going to do. That shit cannot be working. You look over at Coach, what we doing? I showed you that. Coach, that shit ain't working. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. And that results sometimes in James Harden just having super inefficient games. LaPaz, give me a minute. Let me get in my bag. Because Twitter be getting me pissed off sometimes, too. Uh-oh. We saw James come out and have a super efficient-ass 40 one night. He had an efficient-ass 40. And it was tumbleweeds on my timeline. But he have a 5 or 16 game, and everybody I follow be like, James Harden, it take 40 shots for him to get 40 points. It's like, where was you the other night? I hate that people do that. But because James have those inefficient nights, I think that makes people hate James, and people who not a fan of him, they look at James and they assume or they say that that's what he do every night. The thing about Luka that he's got going for him, when that ISO shit ain't working, when that ring around the rosy shit ain't working, them boys is gonna switch it up. They gonna PNR, they gonna let KP do some shit, they gonna run Luka off some screens. I just wish Houston would do some different shit when playing A ain't working. So I think at the end of the day, Luka fans are going to say Luka is more efficient than James Harden. And he is. But I don't think that is a testament to Luka being a better player than James Harden. I think Luka's in a system that makes sure that he don't go out there and have 5 or 20 shooting nights. Too often anyway. That's what I think.
And let's be honest. Was it Darren Williams? I don't remember who the point guard was. But listen. Carlisle don't play that shit. You gonna run what the hell Carlisle say, or your ass gonna be up out of there. Like,
that was Rondo.
Oh, that was Rondo. That's exactly who it was. You gonna run what Carlisle say, or you're out of here. Like, so Carlisle he do not play that shit. He don't care if you established champion. Like, Rondo had a ring. Like, Rondo was a champion. He ain't give a damn. Okay. Like, so Carlisle ain't like these other coaches. He's been in Dallas for a long time, and it don't look like Mark Cuban thinking about changing the coach anytime soon. So he know, like, Carlisle damn near like Mark Cuban right-hand man. So, like, he ain't going nowhere. So you gonna do what Carlisle say. But I mean, I get your point. But I just you brought both of those guys up, and they hate Harden. I mean, I done seen Luke had some inefficient games too. I know that now people gonna start pulling stats and be like, look what he did last night.
Yeah. They coming for you.
Look what they do the same shit with me and Wiggins. Like, people was tweeting me early in the season like, yo, look at your boy Wiggins. Now Wiggins just had 3-4 games back to back with 10 points, shooting like 4-22, and ain't nobody tweet me shit. Like, shit, you see your boy Wiggins? Nobody tweet me shit. So they do that. But I mean, I agree with you with the Larry. Like, we got to stop comparing every white boy to Larry Bird, because Larry Bird was different, man. I'm trying to tell you. All I can do is tell you. I don't know how we can make them believe us, short of Larry Bird coming to sit on his podcast with us and was like, yo, let me tell you what I did. Like, I don't know. But we trying to tell y'all to stop disrespecting Larry Bird. Larry damn legend. Like, stop disrespecting him. Spade, I want to talk about, you done with Luke? I'm sorry, you done?
Yeah.
I want to take it to Kevin Love next. Kevin Love had a little clip that was circulating on Twitter that kind of went viral of him, like, kind of like, you know, having a little attitude, being upset with the circumstances out there in Cleveland. And he kind of threw the ball back at Sexton, and people thought it was, you know, Kevin Love Sexton beef. But, I mean, you kind of dove deep into that, and it was, you know, it was something else. So should Cleveland trade Kevin Love? Like, what's going on with out there in Cleveland with Kevin Love, man?
He wants out. I mean, he's not happy there. I think he even spoke to the fact, I think he wants to go to Portland. I think if I'm Cleveland, I don't know that I want Whiteside. You got Colin Sexton, who ain't the
Is
best
that a fit,
shooter.
though? They got TT making a ton of money.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It don't make sense for Cleveland. It makes sense for Portland if they can make it happen. But I don't think they can make it happen. And I think Kevin Love just wants to be out of there, man. You know, for Kevin Love to have been in Minnesota and never sniffed the playoffs, to go to Cleveland and be a part of the Big Three, to make the sacrifices that he made to go from being the 1 to the 3 to the third option, and then see that whole regime crumble back down to, you know, it's just like you back in Minnesota, but now you older. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, you surrounded by all these young guys. You got a coach that you don't really respect. You're losing all the time. I think he just wants out. The question of whether or not, you know, you and I, we do this thing where we say, hey, man, you know, if you signed the deal, did you think about all this? Whatever. You could make the argument to Kevin Love, hey, man, you know, you ordered that meal, you eat it. But I would like to see Kevin Love out of there. I still feel like Kevin Love's a pretty good player. I think he's probably one of the best power forwards in the league, barring, you know, injury, because he does have an issue with that. But I just think his will to play is being drained out there in Cleveland.
And Spade, I want to shoot him some bell with signing the deal. And I know we definitely did that shit with Melo. Like, Melo, we don't want to hear you complain at all about being in New York. You decided to stay there. But Spade, say Kevin, we don't know, but say Kevin Love went to Bron and was like, Bron, they offered me a whatever deal, a 3-year deal or whatever. Is there any chance that you're going to be out? And Bron was like, there's a good chance. I mean, it's been rumors, of course. It's rumors. We hear all the rumor mill. But what if Bron told Kevin Love, like, yo, there's a good chance I'm staying? And Kevin Love was like, bet, I want to be here with Bron. And then Bron Bron do what he do. I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out. And Kevin Love just stuck there with everybody that's making it. I mean, I think they sent J.R. Smith home. I don't know if they cut J.R. Smith. Somebody gonna correct me, but I think they just sent J.R. Smith home. Like, yo, you out of here. And, you know, Tristan Thompson, he got him the bag, and Kevin Love out there making a ton of money. So they really like strapped, so they really can't do nothing. But if LeBron told him that, yeah, I free Kevin Love, bro. Free Kevin Love, man. And I was thinking about
if they got him out of there.
Say it again.
I wouldn't be mad if they did get him out of there.
Spade, and I'm gonna give you. What about Miami? What about Boston?
What about Miami?
You wouldn't like Kevin Love in Miami if you could give them some expirings like James Johnson. I don't know if James Johnson shit expiring, but the money probably gonna match because I think y'all had signed James Johnson. But if you can give him James Johnson, who ain't playing for y'all, and maybe Winslow to get Kevin Love back, maybe a pick.
Nah.
With Bam kills him on the inside. He can hit the mini. You got Kevin Love stretching the floor. You don't like that?
Nah.
What?
If it ain't broke, you don't fix it, man. And Miami is looking great right now.
I don't know, Spade. They was just struggling. I mean, they blew out what's the name last night.
Jimmy B was struggling.
I like Kevin Love in Miami. What about Boston? I know you don't want nothing in Boston. I already know.
I'm finna say, I mean, Kevin Love white, so they might love him up there.
But if you can give Cleveland Gordon Hayward,
who would you get out of there?
Gordon Hayward.
But they think they still waiting on him to turn into Larry Bird.
Is they? But is he?
Yeah.
They waiting on him, but is he?
Oh, nah, he not. But, I mean, they don't know that.
Bro, forget Larry Bird. Is he going to be Doug McDermott?
I mean, I feel like he was starting to turn the corner.
Okay. I'm just saying, I think that money definitely matched him. And you might, if you Boston, you might have to give him a pick. Like, yo, I go a pick. Ain't no Mike. You probably gonna have to give him a pick. But that money
I really
match.
like him in Portland. I wish they could make that happen.
That
and I
shit ain't
understand
gonna work,
that they
though,
can't.
Spade. If you give up Kevin Love to Portland, then Portland going. We already have, not me and you, but like our homies, we already have argument of that Portland strip they bench to get Whiteside. You're really gonna have to strip it again because you're gonna have to give up all that young talent like that Simons dude. You're gonna have to give up Little, and you probably gonna have to give up what's my man that hurt? Myers Leonard probably? I think it's
Nurk. Myers in Miami. You talking about Big Nurkic?
Yeah, Nurkic. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't think that shit gonna work. I don't think they can make it unless they get a third team. They might even get a third team in there. They might go get a third team. I mean, it makes sense, but
that's really the only thing. Because look, man, Portland fucking sucks. Okay, let's be clear here. They stink.
They bad, bruh.
They
bad.
stink.
It's crazy because I just gave Damian Lillard the best PG in the league, and they out here stinking.
That's what you get.
I mean, you right. Never again. They've been out here stinking in the Lincoln. Like, they stink, bruh. They stink. Jeez, they need something. They need to bust a move for real. But I mean, you didn't think it was like the Kevin Love, Colin Sexton thing. You don't think that was it, right? Like, you don't think Kevin Love was mad at Sexton, right?
No. Initially, that's what the reports was trying to make it seem like he was mad with Colin Sexton, but you know, he posted the picture like, don't listen to the media, I love my teammates. He posted a picture of him with his arm around Colin Sexton. And somebody, because there'd be some geniuses on Twitter, but somebody went and found an angle with the coach in the frame. And Kevin Love's coming down the court, and the coach is yelling something at Kevin Love. He turns around, he throws his arm up, looking at the coach like, what? You know, and then he walks up, he takes the pass from Sexton, and he just rifles the pass to the guy in the corner. He takes the shot, and then he instantly walks off the court. Like, he knew he was going to get yanked after that. He had another situation on the sideline after that where I think he got into it with one of the coaches. They said that he got fined for that. So I think he hates that coach. I think he hates, like, I guess you could say management or the staff. I don't think it's a issue with the players. I just think he hates the coach and the staff out there. I think he just wants to be out of there.
What's the logic of holding on to him? Bust a move and just hand the young fellas the keys. What is Cleveland? Yeah. What's Cleveland logic? Hand them the keys.
I wish I knew.
What are you waiting for?
I wish I knew.
You got Kevin Love. He in the game. Y'all still losing. Hand the young fella the keys. Bust a move. Get an asset back or get some draft picks for him. What's the logic? It don't make sense. I don't know what Cleveland doing. Hand the young fellas the keys. Spade, I'm going to talk about Bradley Beal. Basically the same situation. Bradley Beal tired of losing in Washington. Had some choice words. Was like, man, losing sucks. I can't believe this. You know what I mean? I don't want to say I had an argument. It wasn't an argument because I don't care that much. You know what I mean? We talk sports. We debate sports. And, people was like, yo, I don't want to hear that. The homies tweeted me on Twitter and was like, yo, I don't want to hear that. What Bradley Beal talking about? He signed the extension. Spade, if anybody know that, it's the two of us here on Strong Arm Sports on SAS. We know. We kind of started that campaign with Melo. Like, Melo, you signed. You could have went anywhere. You stayed with the Knicks. You gonna have to take that shit on the chin. I don't think that's the same situation here with Bradley Beal. But before I go, I want you to give me your thoughts.
I mean, and to be fair, I feel like people are going a little too hard at to be fair, Bradley didn't say he wanted out. He said he tired of losing.
He did.
I mean, that's not necessarily him asking out. It could be we got to make some moves. Like I want to see us do something, and I don't have a problem with that. I really don't. I don't have a problem with that. At one point in time, man, even when John Wall was healthy, it was still question marks of whether or not it was a rift because the team had played pretty good without John Wall, and they felt like the team was saying that they didn't need John Wall, and that caused problems. So, I mean, there's issues out there anyway. And there was also rumors that the Wiz was trying to shop John Wall. So, maybe he thinking they was going to shop Wall and then, bring some pieces in to pair with him. And who knows? We don't know what he's being told. You don't know what promises they possibly made to that guy and didn't keep. So, yeah, I don't have a problem at all with Bradley saying he want to get out of there.
I'm out of there, free Bradley Beal. And people was
on
me,
Bradley to Miami. Like, we'll find a way to make that work.
Yeah, I don't care where he go. Get him up out of there. Like, get him up out. And Spade is crazy because people was like, yo, he signed the deal. Did he know John Wall was going to be out for 3 years? Did he know they was going to sign Otto Porter to this big-ass deal and then trade him for Bobby Portis, who they didn't even keep in the trade? Did he know they was going to let go Kelly Oubre? Because, I mean, Dwight was there for a hot second, too. And look at Dwight in L.A.
Yeah. So, at
like,
one
did
point,
he know
you're
that?
Absolutely right, bro. At one point, it looked like they had something, and they were building, and then it looked like they, you know, they just decided they was going to bust it up. And if you're going to do a rebuild, if you're going to bust the team up and do a rebuild, then you start bringing in pieces. What are pieces?
That's right. What's the plan? What's the plan, Washington?
I
because
think he has a reason to be upset.
Absolutely. I don't want to hear he signed the deal. Yeah, and shit was looking up over here too. We had John Wall. We had a young dude that'll go get it in Kelly Oubre. Say what you want. Listen, I got they traded Otto to Chicago. I hate Otto Porter and Spade. I said it on this show. I let Otto walk and slide Kelly Oubre right there and give Kelly Oubre a little. Kelly Oubre would have got a max, but it wouldn't have been no super max or nothing like that. It probably would have been like $80 million. I'd have gave him an extension. I'd have gave him maybe $50 million or something. Whatever Kelly would have qualified for, I'd have gave him the most money because I felt Kelly Oubre, what I felt you could get from Kelly Oubre, what you was getting from Otto Porter with more effort. But anyway, you do all that, then you trade Otto to the Bulls to get Bobby Portis, who y'all don't even keep. What was the point? I know, to just get away from that contract. But then you didn't keep Kelly. What are you doing? You had Spade. They can say what they want about Dwight, and trust me, us on this show has had our issues with Dwight. Dwight been solid for the Lakers. Dwight was solid in Atlanta.
Yeah.
He was solid.
And he's solid for LA.
Yeah, like, come on, man. Come on. Like, what's the plan? What is the plan?
I knew, bro.
Free Bradley Beal, man. I don't want to hear nothing about he signed the extension. Ain't no John Wall was going to be out for 3 years and they was going to blow up the damn team. I mean, it was another team that was scratching and clawing to make the playoffs, but at least they was like right there. They was going Spade 40 and 40, like 40 and 41 and 41 or 42 and 4. Like they was right there. They might didn't make it, but they was right there. I don't know. Like get free Bradley Beal, bro.
I'm trying to see two more. Deal. Did he sign that deal in 2019?
I want to say he signed it last year. I want to say last year or the year before last. But I mean, John Wall been out for like it's about to be 2.5 years, bro. Like, come on, Spade. We ain't even do a show. We ain't did a show in a month, Spade. I think we talked last week, and I was like, bruh, where is just out the blue? Where is John Wall? It was out the blue. I'm like, Spade, where is did I not ask you that, bro?
Yeah.
Where the hell is John Wall? Spade sending me clips off his IG. Like, where is John? Spade said, do we even be on the bench? Spade, I don't know. I ain't seen John Wall in about 3 years. Where the hell is John Wall? I don't know, man. Free Bradley Beal, free Kevin Love. Spade, I got two more dudes I want you to speak on. Just Ja Morant. You know what I mean? Like, I think the NBA is definitely in good hands with young guys like Ja Morant.
Ain't it, bro?
What'd you say?
I said, ain't it, bro?
Yeah, like it's in good hands with a guy like you got. Listen, Memphis on like a 7-game win streak too, bro. They got big Valanciunas down there grabbing like 17 boards. Jaren Jackson playing well. Dylan Brooks is playing well, and then you got Ja Morant running the show. Memphis, hey, I don't want to jump the gun because they in the West. They got enough arrow. They fighting and they scratching and clawing to make it to the playoffs. I think they might be currently 6th, Spade. I think 6th or 7th. But Ja Morant is just fun to watch. He's fun to watch. But I gotta talk about Zion Williamson. And no, I don't. You can speak on it if you want to. But he was filmed on the bench of the game, a close game, falling asleep on the bench. That ain't what I want you to speak on. But he's about to make his debut. against the Spurs. I think in the upcoming week or the week after next. And I just want to thoughts. What do you think? Do you think his first game will be a bust? Should they bring him back? But just talk about Ja Morant, Zion. How do you feel about those guys?
Man, you know how I feel about Ja. I didn't
awesome.
even learn about Ja until his sophomore year at Murray State. And I was like, wow, this dude is so fun to watch, man. He had a pass the other night out of a shot. And it just was like, yo, that I could watch that dude play all day. I'm starting to get in a conundrum because everybody know that he's my favorite team. James Harden's my favorite player. But I'm starting to find all these other favorite players, and it's kind of weird. So now it's like Harden's my favorite player, Trae Young's my favorite player, and Ja Morant's my favorite player. That's not on the Heat. Obviously, I like Jimmy Buckets. I like my boy Nunn. I like Hero. I like, you know what I'm saying? I got my players, but I mean.
Oh, Duncan Robinson be spraying up too, y'all.
Oh, hey, and I got him on my fantasy team. He might give you a 2-point game today and a 20-point game tomorrow. You never know. But I got nothing but good things to say about Ja Morant. I really like the kid, man. I mean, I really like the kid, man. And it seems like not only is he talented and gifted, but it seems like he's having fun. And anytime you watch somebody that play at a high level and have fun doing it, I can't do nothing but enjoy it. Even when I was in my little funk where I was tired of Steph Curry, you watch Steph and be like, man, dude having the time of his damn life out here. Like, not only is he killing, but he killing with a smile, like he having the time of his life. As for Zion playing tonight, is he going to bust? Hell no. I mean, Zion is explosion. Anytime he get the ball, I don't care what he do. I'm more concerned about whether or not he should be back. Because, I mean, Zion's been saying he's ready. Like, he's saying that he want to play, and the Pels have been keeping him out. And it's almost like, I feel like the Pels want him out there. So, if they keeping him out, that makes me a little bit concerned. What I don't want to see another Zion injury. If that means I got to wait a year to get this debut game, give me a year. I don't want to see another Zion injury.
That's crazy, bro. Because I did not think you was going to say that, because that's what I was going. Listen, I know you want Zion out there, and Pelican fans and even the Pels, they might want him out there. Spade, I think I'll let him just get right this year and bring him back next year. Man, we seen guys do that. Blake did it. I mean, Blake had a knee injury, if I'm not mistaken, right? Like, blew out his knee his rookie year, his first year. And he sat out the year. I would bring Zion back the next year. And let him start. Do you want to stunt Brandon Ingram growth? Because he been playing outstanding.
He been hooping.
Yeah, like he been playing outstanding. So do you even want to hinder that situation? Like he might be on his way to being star-ish, superstar-ish. Like, so he might be on his way. But Spade, I gotta ask you, do you think their concern with bringing Zion back is, I don't like you don't think they might feel like, we gotta get him on the court, so at least, you know what I mean, if they sit him down for the rest of the year, maybe they don't want a weight gain problem or anything of that nature happening. Like, you sit him down for a year, like, you gotta make sure this kid is working out.
Yeah.
At least you know if you're playing basketball, he's at least getting a workout. And I'm not being funny either. I'm being dead ass.
No. I know what you mean. I mean, unfortunately, even if he hit the gym, if he's doing, you know what I'm talking about, if he's doing that walk through the motion, that shit ain't gonna prepare him either. I mean, the only thing that's gonna prepare you for the game is the game, So, I don't know. Like I said, man, more than anything, I do not want to see another Zion injury, bro. I don't.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that was we got Spade. We can move on if you want, but I mean, I love Ja Morant. Matt, amazing to watch, and I want to see Ja Morant so bad, bro. I want him to make the playoffs. I want him to make it. I want him in. I do. I want to keep seeing Ja. He's playing phenomenal, man. Right now, runaway rookie of the year. It's like, that's it. Like, he it. And I know your boy Nunn down there balling, and I know
Nunn and Hero cooking too. Now hold up.
I mean, Hero injured, but I mean, Nunn
ain't no runaway. I ain't even saying he might be rookie of the year. It's the runaway that I had a problem with. Don't say runaway, because that's disrespectful.
It's kind of been a runaway, bro.
No, it hasn't.
Who, Nunn?
On either one of them.
Second.
1B.
Let's move on. Wow. So he ain't 2.
Bro, there's also a rumor mill. It's an NBA rumor mill. Let's talk about that. It's been a few names. It's been buzzing and circulating around. And it's actually, not only is it some rumors, but there has been some actual moves. So we talked about the possibility of Kevin Love being moved, Bradley Beal being moved. The NBA trade deadline is in February. So I'm pretty sure there's some conversations going on, probably behind the scenes, and it's some buzzing going around. For some odd reason, man, Detroit want to get rid of Andre Drummond, and they want to get rid of him bad. This shit, it seems like every week it's a different Andre Drummond trade scenario on my timeline, and one of them was with Atlanta.
20 and 20. He just grabbed 20 and 20.
Well, for some odd reason, his name was linked to Atlanta for a while, and I was like, why would you do that? Like, I know John Collins is suspended right now, but like, why would you do that? Like, John Collins is eating. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't understand. So, I know Drummond is a name that's been floated around. I'm having a brain fart. Hawks just made a move.
Kuzma.
Yes, Kuzma. We got to talk about Kyle Kuzma. Did he really write a check that his ass can't cash? For those that don't know this story, Kuzma's trainer just went online and said some shit. He never said Brian's name, but he was talking about Brian. And, like, Kuzma liked it. And, of course, the media, they watch this type of shit. They go to Kuzma, and they like, did you like this tweet? And Kuzma's like, I don't really know. They go to Brian, and Brian is like, I saw it. I don't even know who the dude is. When Brian give you that, I don't even know who the dude is, I'm like, oh, this shit don't look good. It's rumors that Kuz is on the move. Stephen A. Smith just got fired up for saying that they should trade Kuz for Devin Booker.
Like
Bill Simmons told Stephen A. Smith, next time you out here, let me explain to you how trades work. Because they were like, Stephen A. just be talking. He got no concept of contracts matching and value or anything. He think he just playing damn Nintendo. Just damn moving, folks. But, yeah, man. Is it anywhere you would like to see Kuz? Do you think they work this shit out in L.A.?
It's crazy because I thought it was... Listen, man. I thought Kuzma was in the perfect situation to flourish. I don't know what the hell happened. He done dyed his hair. Like, what the hell happened? Like, what happened? Because I thought the perfect situation was L.A. You're not getting Devin Booker. You're not. Just stop. You're not getting Devin Booker. But I seen them say trade Kuzma for Kelly Oubre. Why would Phoenix do that? Why? That makes no sense for them. Why? He their second best player. That makes no sense.
You remember when we was high on Kelly Oubre and everybody was telling us the Otto was better?
It's crazy, Spade. Because, Spade, did I tell you? Who did I say that to? Did I say that to you? Like, now everybody loves, I think I tweeted that. Now everybody loves Kelly Oubre. I was telling people about Kelly Oubre when Washington wouldn't even put him in the game. Like, yo, get Otto out of there and put Kelly Oubre right there. You're going to get better. And now look at Kelly Oubre in Phoenix flourishing. I don't know what happened, but now everybody loves Kelly Oubre. I was telling people that they don't never listen to this podcast when we tell them. Bro, the stuff we be speaking,
when I'm wrong,
that
though.
shit comes into fruition.
Shit wrong.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. Let me say, what's the name ain't going to average these points, and they like, look at Wiggins. That's what they do. That's what they do. But they don't ever be like, oh, yo, you was right. I was telling people, AB tripping. Like, as soon as Juju got there, people was like, yo, you don't know what you're talking about. What the fuck are you watching? Now look, AB Looney Tunes. Look, he Looney Tunes.
Looney Tunes too.
That shit crazy. Like, I don't know, man. But now people love Kelly Oubre. Spade was talking about Tannehill. Even I was one of the people, Spade, you crazy. But golly, if I ain't come back to Spade and be like, bro, you were right. Like, you called this shit. Now look at Tannehill in the damn AFC Championship game. Ryan Tannehill is in the AFC Championship game. And Spade, Now Spade didn't call the AFC Championship game. But Spade 100% said, you're going to get better from Ryan Tannehill than you get from Marcus Mariota.
Yep.
He 100% said that shit. And look what happened. But this shit is crazy, Spade. We be calling shit and then people don't ever listen. And then it happened and I be like, I've been saying this. But anyway, Spade, I don't know a fit for Kuzma. I don't know a fit. What about Minnesota?
I mean,
Go.
the only problem with that is them guys out there, when they get another player that can take the load off of all the scoring that they have to do, their numbers go down and they get mad about that. They rather lose than have their numbers. That's what happened with Jimmy, right?
But I mean, you know, Jimmy is kind of a strong personality. Like, I don't know if Kuzma coming in there with that personality like Jimmy. But Spade, what Kuzma to Minnesota for Covington? A defender, 3-and-D guy?
That might work. I think you were saying you thought Kuz was in the perfect place. And I think he was. But we always speak to how difficult it is to play with LeBron, man. And I think people take that shit for granted, man. Like, playing with LeBron puts you in a situation where you don't know when your number gonna be called. You just got to be ready. Like, whenever it's called, you got to be ready. And that's tough, man. Like, some guys are rhythm players. They need a few shots. They got to get going. And you're not always afforded that opportunity when you play with Bryant, especially Bryant and AD. Like, those opportunities are going to be few and far between. And he's not that guy. Or he's proved so far anyway that he's not that guy. I still think he's a young guy. And I'm going to tell you what I hate, and then I'll shut up. We just talked about how good Brandon Ingram's been looking. And people are using this as an opportunity to say, I always knew Brandon Ingram was better than Kuz, and I knew that Kuz wasn't good. But they in two completely different situations. Ingram is in a spot where they just giving him the ball like, fam, cook, save us.
Word.
Meanwhile, Kuz is in a spot where they like, shut up. I'm going to give it to you when I'm ready. And that's that's not easy to perform in, man. And, you know, as much as I feel like B.I. has been eaten, I think it's unfair to use what he's doing there as an indictment on how bad you think Kuzma is. It's not fair at all because it's not apples to apples.
Because not only is they giving the ball to Brandon Ingram, like, do your thing, but they also, I mean, Holiday been out for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Like, Drew been out. And I think, I mean, he ain't on this list, but they really need to trade Drew Holiday too. They do. They probably need to trade Drew Holiday, and they probably need to trade J.J. Redick.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, JJ
they
trying
probably
to get himself traded.
You ain't lying, but I mean, I agree with you 100%. Like, it's two different situations. Like, they are literally, bro. When he just dropped like 40 or 50 the other night, they literally was coming down the court. Here, do your thing.
Yeah,
like, and I mean,
and then like you said, you got a few people out. Let's not forget the roles are gonna switch a little bit when Zion get there. You don't take a guy number one overall to let him be the third option. That's not really how that worked. So yeah, I mean, things are gonna change.
I mean, Karl Anthony Towns' name is mentioned. You talked about Drummond. Also, I want another guy that's not on this list. Minnesota, they done made the trade. They traded T back to Atlanta. They got back Crabbe and I think Graham? No, Graham went to Atlanta with T. I think they got back Crabbe and somebody else. But Spade.
I thought it was just Crabbe, but I don't know.
It could have been just Crabbe. I might have got. I think Graham went back to Atlanta. He's from Minnesota, went to Atlanta. But they got Crabbe. It said that I read that the Minnesota Timberwolves are pushing hard to get D'Lo from Golden State right now. But now we already knew they wanted him prior to him going to Golden State. But they said they are pushing hard to get D'Lo right now. Do you think they get him? And I asked in the party last night, and they was like, I think so. People in the party was like, I think Golden State would take Wiggins. I said, why? Why would they take Wiggins? So
no, they won't.
I'll
go ahead and answer
so somebody in the party said they're going to turn Wiggins into their Harrison Barnes.
No, they not.
Bro, I mean, just give me your thought. Do you think they can make that shit happen with D'Lo?
The only reason why I think they could is because look, man. We said when Steph did Steph have? Like a fracture? And then they came back later and said, oh, this shit way worse than we thought. This going to take the whole year. I said Golden State has already shut it down. So if they've already shut it down, they already was hinting around the fact that they didn't want to even hold on to D'Lo.
They did. They said when everybody come back healthy, he out of here.
So, I mean, I think if the right package can be made, I think they do that now.
The only reason I don't think it makes sense for the Warriors now is because D'Lo, he been the lone bright spot. He got the green light out there. He's spraying up. Like, I mean, they was a little competitive in the game I watched the other night, and I mean, he was going crazy. They still lost, but I mean, he was going crazy. Like I said, I don't even think, like you said, I don't even think they want to win. I think they want a high draft pick.
Right.
I don't even think they want to win, but he was going crazy, and I just don't think it makes sense for the Warriors to trade him now when they know, look, yo, everybody can come back healthy. At least if we stink, we got this building. At least they could come see D'Angelo Russell spray up. And I don't know, man. I like the fit in Minnesota. I just don't know if that makes sense. I don't know if they'll bust that move this year.
Yeah, it's a fair point though.
But would you take D'Lo for Wiggins?
No, not Wiggins. No.
I don't think Minnesota got nothing else you want. You damn sure ain't getting Towns.
No, I don't know.
Yeah, I think Lakers, if they really thinking about moving Kuzma, they really need to consider Minnesota and trying to get Robert Covington. That's the only other place I think would be a fit.
I don't hate that.
You ready to move on?
Yes, sir. Where we at?
So we got a pick 'em game. Spade been on me hard on Twitter. Like he wrote on. I mean, like, look, the Strong Arm Sports account wrote on Twitter. Show coming back this weekend. What part did you miss? And Spade wrote on Twitter, I miss kicking LeParis ass in the pick 'em game. And Spade,
What I missed, bro?
I know, but you never figured it out. Spade, I kick your ass so bad in these other topics that I hand you the pick 'em game. But today it stops. Today it stops.
Okay.
The pick 'em game.
I was
got a
wondering when it
doubleheader
was
for
gonna
y'all.
stop.
Huh?
I was wondering when it was gonna stop.
But right now, because you tweeted that like, yo, I missed that. That's the most.
That's what I
You
missed,
ain't
bro.
tweet, I miss doing the show with my bro. Now he was like, I like kicking his ass in the picking game. So, okay, today it stops. We got a doubleheader for y'all today. Come on, man. We out here like Fox. You know, Fox will give you that 1 o'clock game, then that 4:30 game. So we giving y'all a doubleheader out here. We got the Tennessee Titans, Spade, versus the Kansas City Chiefs. We got the Green Bay Packers versus the San Francisco 49ers. Who do you have and why? These are the AFC and NFC Championship games to make it to the Super Bowl, baby. Who you got?
Want me to just run through it?
Give me them actual factuals. I should actually go first, so you don't be like, yo, you copying my page.
No. Let me tell you what I got. I got,
you picked Tannehill.
as my mom would call him, I got my homie Baloney,
Oh, okay.
and I got Jimmy G. That's who I got. Give me them two.
Oh, shit. It's crazy
Yeah.
because I thought you was going to go with your boy Aaron Rodgers. What are you doing?
Nah, man, them two teams met earlier. I think they got them figured out, B.
You know what?
Yeah.
I'm going with the Chiefs, and I'm also going with San Francisco. I thought you was going to pick Green Bay, though. That
I tell
shit
you
kind
what,
of made me want to pick Green Bay, but
Hey, he said stop today, y'all. He gonna.
it stops today. So I'm not going to pick Green Bay just to be different. I'm going to go with San Fran, and I'm going to go with Kansas City. Kansas City better play smart defensively, man. I'm trying to tell you, they better stack that box. They better stack that box. And it's crazy because I said this last night, and they was like, yo, you making it sound easy. It is easy. You put more people on the line of scrimmage than they can block. It's that easy. That's what it is. If you blocking 6 or 7 and you got 8 at the line of scrimmage in the box, somebody coming free. Make the tackle. Now that's the hard part. Making the tackle. But that's what a big guy like Derrick Henry, you gotta gang tackle that dude. Your pursuit you gotta play your lanes. You gotta listen, man. I know you're a big dude, man. I know you're a big dude, but he can pop them joints. And I mean, he pop them. I think he got a 99-yarder on his resume.
I tell you what, they better hit him before he get downhill. I think they got to blitz. I think blitzing is gonna be the key to win because you gotta hit him before he get all that. I ain't really paying attention in science, but I know some shit about inertia, and I know you don't want him to get none of it. All right, so get to him early. That's would be my game.
And you got to gang tackle, man. You got to hit and rap. Like this ain't the game. Kansas City defense got to want to come out here and just arm tackling. This ain't that game. This ain't that game. You better not be out here arm tackling because you're not bringing them down. You're not. Tyreek Hill came out and was like, yo, can't nobody cover us. Can't nobody stop us. I don't like that.
I'm finna say,
like
which I didn't like. Like, Reek, Hey, win that shit and then pop.
Word.
But I tell you what.
I ain't like that, Spade. I mean, we just seen Stephon Diggs down in New Orleans doing the chopper style. Then they came back and got that work. So I ain't like it. As far as on the San Fran side, Green Bay better be able to block these boys because they on the way. Nick Bosa and them boys and Buckner and all, they on the way. They on the way. Okay? So you better be able to block them up front because if you're not, it's going to be a long day.
Fits.
Yeah, man. You better block them up. All right, Spade.
Last segment of today's show, man. We call this segment the Strong Arm Performer of the Week. It is super prestigious award, man, and we give this award away to a male or female athlete who raised his or her level of play to ensure that their team got the victory. We do not give this award away to losers. No, sir. We don't. I don't care how well you perform in the loss. You perform well enough for this award. So, Paris, you are on the hot seat, bro. Who is your Strong Arm Performer of the Week and why?
I gotta get it. And I wasn't gonna give it to this guy, but I gotta give it to him, man. Like, he's the reason for the season, man. And I'm talking about Derrick Henry, man. The kid had 30 carries. Spade, this old school right here. This is right up my alley. This old school. All that passing for 5,000 yards and 300, 400, 500 yards a game. Nah. Tennessee said, yo, we're gonna play defense. We're gonna hand this ball off to Derrick Henry 30 times. Y'all gotta try and stop it. I think Tannehill passed the ball 14 yards for 80 yards. Like, 14. They went old school on that ass for the Ravens, and they couldn't do nothing with it. Derrick Henry had 30 carries for 195 yards. He went 1-of-1 passing for 3 yards, and he threw the touchdown. And the Huge went over the Ravens to help his team make it to the AFC Championship game. And for that performance, Derrick Henry, you are my Strong Arm Performer of the Week. Derrick Henry.
That's pretty cool.
I wanted to give it to Rutgers. Rank Rutgers. Rutgers been kicking ass in basketball. Rank them boys.
Is it March? Is it March?
Relax.
Well, then you know the rules then. I'm going to the NBA for my Strong Arm Performer of the Week, and I'm going to tell you, it was a really good game this week.
Oh, Lord.
We saw two young players. LaParis, earlier in this podcast, when you said the NBA is in good hands with these young players, man, you never said anything realer. You look at these young guys from Luka to Trae Young to Donovan Mitchell to even them boys in Boston. You look at Brown and, man, look,
Tatum.
These young boys is hooping, man. Ja Morant, these boys is hooping. And I saw two young guys of the league have a duel the other night. And y'all know me. If I'm wrong, I'm not like Bill Polian. When I'm wrong, I come out here and be like, I'm wrong. I gave this young man right here a deadline. I said, this is the year. If this kid don't turn the corner this year, I never want to hear his damn name again. And somebody must have told him I said that shit. Because not only did he turn the corner, he turned that bitch like he was on a motorcycle, had his knee real close to the ground. He was leaning. He leaned in on the turn. I'm going to tell you something. The Utah Jazz and the New Orleans Pelicans had a hell of a game one day this week. I just said we don't really care about the loser, but Spider Mitchell had a hell of a game. He dropped 46 in the loss, but in the win, Brandon Ingram, 49 points, 8 boards, 6 dimes, a block, 16 of 20 from the stripe, 3 of 8 from the three-point line. Look, man, that dude looked like who the hell they told me he was going to look like. When he was coming out of college, they was like, his comparison is KD. And I was looking like, I don't know about that, bro. I don't see it. And I didn't see it. But I'm going to tell you, I see it now. In this game right here, I was like, woo. Boy, he look official. So for that performance, Brandon Ingram, you are my Strong Arm Performer of the Week. Because that's who you are. I see you.
He played amazing. And it's crazy because I retweeted the little brown-skinned chubby baby. And he was looking in the camera all close. And and they was like, KD looking at Brandon Ingram right now. Like, KD was asking, is that me? Like, he was literally out there on some KD shit that night. I watched that game. Bro, when I tell you they threw everybody at him, and yo, you want to talk about a player being in the zone? Like, he was clearly in the zone. They couldn't stop him, bro. They couldn't stop. I mean, fadeaway threes from the corner. That shit was all net. That shit was nylon. Like, he played. They couldn't stop him, bro. They threw Abe. They threw Bogdanovich at him. They threw Gobert at him. They threw O'Neal at him. They threw Spider at him. They was just throwing everybody at him. They couldn't stop him, man. It was a great game to watch, and I mean, like he is literally, boy, he looking special, man. He looked like he's special.
And look,
he looked special.
They needed all of it.
They did.
They needed it because Lonzo couldn't throw a rock in an ocean that night. I mean, that's why it was an OT game because Lonzo couldn't make a shot, and they needed it. So to see him step up like that when his team needed him and say, "I'll tell you what, I'm skinny, but it's a little room back there on my back. You can get on one of my shoulder blades or something. I got it." Carried those guys to victory. That was a hell of a game.
It was. Spade, before I close the show, you got anything else to add?
One more rant, and then we can get out of here. First of all, man, I appreciate everybody who hit us up and said, "Yo, where the hell y'all at?" Somebody tweeted and said, "Man, it's been 6 weeks. Are y'all all right?" I appreciate the patience. I appreciate the concern. But one more rant before I get out of here. I went to Twitter. Y'all know I'm a big-time Miami Hurricane fan, and I don't do this often. I got smoked for my own team. I went to Twitter, and I was like, this is probably the most embarrassing Miami Hurricane loss I've ever seen. And somebody tweeted me back and said, in all fairness, we got 3 people hurt. I said, we are playing Louisiana Tech. We should be able to pull our damn starters. We should be able to pull, on the NCAA football game, if you got up big, it was an option to say,
word, second string,
sub in the second unit.
Yeah.
Fam, a donut to Louisiana Tech. It was also some stories that came out. Look, man, Manny Diaz. Somebody get this damn clip right here to Manny Diaz. Manny, I was very vocal about you. Said you should be our head coach. Don't make me look stupid, fam. That shit was embarrassing. That was embarrassing, fam. I don't ever want to see Miami put up a donut to Louisiana Tech ever again, fam. That shit was embarrassing. And then one more game like that, I am a college football fan free agent. And that's all I got to say about that. I won't sit through another one of them shits, and you can bet your ass on that.
Florida State fired. I don't know if we talked about it. I'm pretty sure we did. Florida State fired Willie Taggart. I think we had a show since then. But we hired old boy from Memphis. I like the coach. Let's see if he able to turn this shit around. But I mean, it's been sad in Florida. The whole state. I know Gator fans about to be like, not us. y'all stink too. Y'all ain't win shit.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't win shit. Y'all just watched LSU win that shit. So the whole state of Florida need to be ashamed of themselves. Spade, I wanna you know what I mean? I wanna close the show and I wanna say the word for today is ownership. Ownership. If you guys didn't know, if you go to Big Baller Brand right now, the dude that is alleged of stealing money from Lonzo Ball and the Ball family, he must have owned the domain name Big Baller Brand, the website Big Baller Brand, and if you go there, it sends you a redirect to his website where you can take his webinar, his web seminar on how to be a baller. So the key word for today is ownership, man. If you think you got an idea, or you think you on your way to becoming something or doing anything successful, own that shit. Don't put it in the hands of your mans and them or anybody else. Get that shit trademarked, get that shit licensed, get that shit under your name so you can decide the outcome of whatever you're deciding to do. The key word today is ownership. Don't let anybody else. I told Spade this. I said, Oprah, billionaire, superwoman. Y'all already know who Oprah Winfrey is. But they asked Oprah one day, they said, yo, if you could tell people anything, what would you tell them? She was like, sign your own checks. Make sure you know where your money going and everything. Sign your own checks. You know what I mean? Don't put it in anybody else's hands to be able like, yo, I'm giving him ownership over my money. Sign your own checks. Own and license your own things. Put it under your name. Don't let your mans and them control that shit. Cause you might look it up and it might be your mans and them hosting a webinar on how to become a baller. Come on, man.
Damn truth.
Come on, man. I don't even want to get in that. It could have been a topic. It wasn't a topic. But the key word for today is ownership. You think you creating something? You a creator? Own your shit, man. Lock it up. Spade, you got anything else?
That's it for me.
Listen, man, we want to thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Strong Arm Sports. We know we talk some sports up here most of the time, or majority of the time, but you get some real life here too, man. We want to thank y'all. You know what I mean? As usual, it's been a long time. I'm a little rusty, y'all. As usual, if you new here, bang the subscribe button. If you're a regular here, hit the like button. If you don't want to see two dudes arguing in the box, it's okay. We got audio podcasts everywhere. What is it? ऊPodOmatic, iTunes, Spotify. We are everywhere. There's no reason why you guys should ever miss an episode. We want to thank you guys for your continued support. Happy New Year to everybody. I hope you guys have a great 2020, man. On the bigger and better things. We trying to take this podcast to the next level. So if you can, please share, comment. We love y'all, man. We'll see you guys next episode. We out. Peace.